Welcome to Chesterton Radio. Tonight, we listen to a curious sort of tragedy, a modern one, which begins not with a duel or a coronation, but with the collapse of a business empire. It is called Welcome These Pleasant Days, and its title, like so many modern things, is both polite and ironic. The world, we are told, is ruled by efficiency, by figures, by men who know the price of everything and the value of nothing. But when the counting houses crumble and the ledgers turn to dust, we find that man himself is still the most unpredictable variable in the sum. In this play, Michael Robeson gives us a comedy of catastrophe, a portrait of people who have built their lives upon the thin air of success, only to discover that failure is far more substantial. It is a drama of pride and of absurdity, of those who try to stay respectable while the roof falls in. Yet beneath the satire runs a serious and ancient truth, that man was not made to live by profit alone. For when the temple of commerce collapses, it is not the brick and mortar that matter, but whether there is still a soul standing among the ruins. And so, let us listen, with both laughter and pity, to Welcome These Pleasant Days, a reminder that even in the wreckage of our most comfortable illusions, there may still be a hint of grace, or at least of good humor.
Now on Radio 4, Saturday Night Theatre.
People like us sit on the sidelines and we watch the varying fortunes of the players. Then something happens to connect us with the players. A ball within our reach, a smile across the grass, and we're involved. And there's no escaping that involvement. We're dragged in on the game, for better or worse.
Welcome These Pleasant Days by Michael Robeson, with Nigel Anthony as Forgan, Ian Hogg as Dimmock, and Elizabeth Proud as Elaine.
You've done wonders with the place since I was last here. It really is. It's very attractive.
It suits me very well. And when I'm eventually called on to retire, I shall make no bones about settling down here permanently.
But retirement's a long way off, surely, in your line of work.
Well, 20 years perhaps, but...
Isn't there something missing?
From where?
The dining room table. The silver.
Ah, yes, the silver.
It's at Oxford.
No, it was stolen from here. 7 pieces in all.
Stolen?
I realise the distress the child must have caused you, Dr. Forgan, and I'm extremely sorry. But if I can only begin to explain the circumstances that have brought her to this attitude of mind, I'm certain you'll find it in your heart to forgive her.
Stolen? By a girl. A young woman called Elaine Birmingham.
Elaine Birmingham? No, means nothing to me. But you said it as though it should. What happened to her? Was she thrown into the slammer?
And what I think you'd better do is to pour us both drinks, and I'll tell you the story, in however fragmentary a fashion, of Elaine Birmingham and her parents, Angela and Wilfred.
We're in the van of progress. We know best. We've come through. In the face of the mandarines of Whitehall, we've established today, in this town of ours, a new and vigorous industry that will revolutionize family living throughout this nation. Today, when the Lord Mayor cuts the ribbon, he'll be opening the biggest, brightest industrial complex in the north of England. A complex, lads, devoted to a better world for the working masses. A world in which the man of the house is toil done for the day, can open his front door and set foot not on linoleum, not on black brick, not on slabs of concrete, but on the comfort of broad looms, be Birmingham.
Oh, come on. This is an insane parody.
Not to 5 million homes in Britain. Neville, to the drab, the dark and the neglected, Wilfred Birmingham delivered a riot of primary colours. I once saw the results in a housing estate in Belper. Broad looms by Birmingham irradiated their lives. Now, I was told on good authority that vandalism had virtually disappeared from the estate following the advent of Wilfred's rainbow carpeting. And it must have been around then that the girl was born.
So, it's a lass, huh?
Are you disappointed, Wilfred?
Yeah, girl. Whatever you do's all right with me. Plenty of time for a son and herb, and you've got your health and strength back after this young'un.
Having babies really pulled me down. I feel that poorly.
A pint of milk started ale put the roses back in your cheeks, Angela. You'll be right as rain in no time. Any road. What we're going to call it?
It?
The lass. Have a fancy for Geraldine myself.
Geraldine?
Aye, after me gran.
Who had the baby, Wilfred?
Ooh, it's only a suggestion, like. Worth thinking of her.
There's no need to think nothing over. My mind's made up.
Oh, what?
I shall call her Elaine. Just like that.
Elaine? Why, Elaine, love?
Because it's a name you can't shorten.
You what?
You get Wilf, I get Ange. I can't abide Ange, and you hate Wilf, but what do we get? Wilf and Ange. Well, this time it's going to be different. That baby gets Elaine. And nothing else, or I'll know the reason why.
It could get Ellie.
If anyone dares call that lass Ellie, they'll never darken my door again. So think on.
I was right. This is parody. No one has actually talked like that in our lifetime. It's pure invention on your part.
Well, how on earth can you know how people talk in Halifax when the furthest north you've been is Gerrard's Cross? Anyway, it amuses me to assume that's how Wilfred and Angela Birmingham conducted themselves at critical moments.
All right. But it's the missing silver I'm interested in. When do we get to that?
By way of one Dennis Ludlam, a nearish neighbour of mine. He was the first visitor I ever had here, and that was an age ago. Oh, yes, the purple orchises have since put by the coronals of that forgotten summer.
What?
It was mid-August, and almost impossibly hot. The grass had grown jungle high, and I was trying to cut it back with a sickle. I was aching and sweaty and enjoying it all immensely because it made such a change from my rooms in college. Anyway, above the grass and over the hedge, I caught sight of an energetic cyclist fairly racing up the hill towards me. The man was very brown, short and stocky. He wore a snug beret and modish little breeches and stockings. Clearly a cycling adept.
Dr. Thornton?
Yes?
Good afternoon to you. My name's Ludlam. Live down the road there. Heard you just moved in and wondered if there was anything we could do.
Look, why don't you come inside? Come into the kitchen. It's the coolest place at the moment, and I could do with a beer. I imagine you could too.
Going to be a weekender or a permanency?
Well, to be truthful, neither. Yeah, I teach at Oxford, and that gives me rather more than half the year to live where I like. And I shall spend the bulk of it here.
Good. And you couldn't have picked a more beautiful part of England.
Indeed not. You lived here long yourself?
All my life, and my father before me.
But, you aren't a farmer?
Oh, no, solicitor. Family business in Shaftesbury, 3 miles away. No distance. Except in snow, I cycle there every day. And back, of course.
Of course.
You're the second newcomer to the area in a week. Oh, I've never known such excitement.
Oh, really?
Yes, the Birminghams have bought a massive place near Semley. Semley Grange, it used to be called. And will be again, I imagine, once they've settled in.
The Birminghams?
The carpet people. Broad looms by Birmingham, those Birminghams.
Ah. Weekenders or permanencies?
Oh, more the latter than the former, I should guess, at least on the distaff side. Mrs. Birmingham enjoys poor health, and it appears to be her belief that she can recruit better in Wiltshire than in central London. Not an assumption I'd quarrel with.
Mrs. Birmingham must be very forthcoming, given they've only been here a matter of days.
Informative. Well, do you see, I have an inside ear, as it were. The Birmingham daughter, Elaine, is a particular school chum of my daughter, Naomi. Over the past 2 years, Elaine spent several holidays with us, and at Easter we had a visit from her father.
You've been very good to our Elaine, and I'm really grateful to you both.
We enjoy having her here, Mr. Birmingham. She's a sweet girl, and she's excellent company for Naomi. They get on so well together, and they like the same things.
Exactly. Ponies. Pony mad, the pair of them. I couldn't be more delighted. And now I've had a chance to see for myself what it's like round here. I've made my mind up. I shall buy. I've talked it over with Mrs. Birmingham and agreed. We'll buy here. So, what would you advise? What I'm after is a short list of property that's already been vetted, so I can come up and see a number of likely places over one weekend. You've lived here all your life, Mr. Ludlam, and you must know the snags and advantages of anything that's up to much. I'd like your help, and I'll see you're not out of pocket on account of it.
Oh, we should be glad to help, but there can be no question of money.
House hunting takes time, Mr. Ludlam, and in my book, time's money.
Of course we'll help you, Mr. Birmingham. But, what kind of property did you have in mind?
Something substantial, with land, of course, and stabling.
Oh, yes, quite. And how much land were you thinking of?
100 acres, thereabouts.
That's what he wanted, and that's what he got. An idea at Easter, a reality by August. Mr. Birmingham doesn't let the grass grow under his feet.
Well, he does sound formidably energetic.
But most agreeable. Oh, I've no doubt that the local gentry will patronize him for all they're worth, laugh at him behind his back, and go to him cap in hand for donations to every facetious charity under the sun. But he's a far better man than most of them.
Well, I can see he's greatly impressed you.
Oh, well, at any rate, he's got the mansion he wanted. And my daughter and his are in the saddle every day exploring his domain. Do you know, I've quite forgotten what I came here for.
Sizing up the newcomer and seeing if there's anything you can do?
Oh, yes, of course. Look here. My wife's made a list of the principal tradesmen, their addresses, telephone numbers, reliability or otherwise. I think it's pretty thorough.
This is very thoughtful of you both. Thank you.
It may be of some use. I'd better be going, I suppose. Oh, incidentally, Dr. Foreman, do you play billiards?
Billiards? Billiards, I promise you. It appears that the one thing left to the Ludlams when the cyclist's raffish and intemperate old grandfather died was a full-sized billiard table. And the solicitor can't bear to part with it, although Mrs. Ludlam constantly complains of its vastness and unsuitability in a modest dower house.
Well, it's an interesting little news item. But what bearing does it have on the theft of your silver?
It has every bearing, because that grandiose billiard table became my entree to the Ludlam household, and thence to Elaine Birmingham.
Ah, the plot thickens.
About a fortnight after his first visit here, Dennis Ludlam cycled over from the dower house with an invitation to dinner.
Nothing formal, you understand? A modest collation with perhaps a game of billiards afterwards.
Mr. Thornton, your glass is empty. Dennis, would you...
Oh, my dear chap, do forgive me. Half and half, isn't it?
Thank you. You have an enchanting house, Mrs. Ludlam.
Well, we're very fond of it, of course. Although I'm afraid it has grown rather shabby. We had to make a choice quite early on as to whether to neglect the children's education and completely refurnish the house, or do our best for the young ones and let the house go hang.
Children? I hadn't realized there was more than one. I've heard about your daughter.
Oh, Naomi is the baby of the family. Victor's at the university, and Ed was with his regiment in southern Arabia.
Ah, yes. I can quite see. 3 is a lot to educate if you do it the hard way.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you.
But it's worth it in the end, don't you think? Private education prepares them so much better for life, doesn't it? You only have to look at Elaine Birmingham. To meet her, the archetypal public school girl. Poised, good company, and with such pretty manners. quite capable of holding up her head in any society. Yet, if you were to meet her father...
There's nothing wrong with Wilfred Birmingham, Kate. He's a fine man.
Oh, surely. Worth his weight in gold.
Salt of the earth?
Exactly. And he had the nous to realise that if Elaine were fully to benefit from his wealth, some of it could best be spent on securing for her a good education. I've no doubt at all that in a few years' time, with her looks and poise and money, she'll be able to make a brilliant marriage.
Hello? Anyone home?
And there she is. Elaine, we're in here.
Oh, hello. Come in, my dear, and meet another new neighbour. Elaine, this is Dr. Forgan, who teaches at the university. And this is Elaine Birmingham, Dr. Forgan.
How do you do?
Naomi not with you?
Actually, no. She and Daddy are still trying to get the fountain to work. They've been at it all day and they're absolutely filthy.
Oh, not too filthy, I hope.
Anyway, Naomi says she's forgotten her Sunday knickers and her Portsmouth dress. Do you know what she's talking about?
You haven't walked all the way from the Grange because Naomi's been forgetful.
No, Myers drove me over. I say, do you think I could beg a drink of something? I'm really dry and it's been so hot and dusty.
Of course, darling. What would you like?
Actually, I'd love a shandy.
Of course you shall have a shandy. I'll go and make it up. Will you forgive us, Dr. Forgan, while Kate sorts out Naomi's toking deficiency?
Shan't be long.
Are you liking it here?
It's super. I mean, our house is rather weird. Nothing as nice as this, though it's tons bigger. But the grounds are super. Do you know it, the Grange at Semley?
No, I don't. This is the first time for a fortnight that I've set foot outside my cottage.
Ah. One big fault about the Grange, it isn't really old enough to have a ghost. Is your cottage haunted, Dr. Morgan?
I don't believe it is, Miss Sheffield.
Birmingham, actually.
Forgan, actually.
Morgan, I'm sorry. Isn't that an unusual name?
Not in Ireland.
Gosh, are you Irish? You don't sound it.
And you don't sound Yorkshire.
I think I'll have to be rather careful what I say to you in future.
Oh, I'd rather you weren't. I can always correct you.
Oh, of course. You teach at Oxford.
Yes.
What do you teach?
Ancient Greek.
Wow. Do you enjoy it?
Most of the time.
I don't suppose I shall ever learn Greek. Latin's quite enough for me, and I shall drop that as soon as I can.
Well, I shouldn't let it worry you. A world full of Greek scholars would be very heavy going.
I suppose it would, yes.
Your shandy, young lady.
It looks super.
So, that was your first encounter with her?
It was. By no means noteworthy in itself, and significant only in that it was the beginning of our somewhat fugitive relationship.
Was she likable?
It's disappointing to reveal that she made virtually no impression on me at all that first time. A pretty child with a pleasant voice and dirty denims. A lot of self-confidence. That was that. She was, at that time, an irrelevance to my life.
So how did she come to pinch your silver?
Now, to understand that, you have to understand the nature of country society. Over Christmas of that year, I was having lunch in the local, and I fell in with one Nicholas Midwinter.
I don't
who
believe
keeps
it.
an Anglo-Arab stud near here. He knew all about me, of course, and discovered that I enjoyed riding. The upshot was that he had a mare who needed exercising, and I was free to take her out whenever I wished. And in this manner, I made the acquaintance of Windrush Hyperia.
Who?
She was a delightful animal, plucky, affectionate, and full of fun.
Yes, but what about the main plot?
In what I've been telling you, there's nothing irrelevant. One morning, I tacked up Windrush Hyperia, and we rode out. My objective was Windgreen Hill. You've been there with me. A slow approach one way, and a very heavy drop another. And 900 feet above sea level. The trouble was, the higher we rode, the foggier it became. Until by the time we reached the top, you could hardly see 5 yards about you. There was a cold wind which buffeted the fog around, and Hyperia was nervous and anxious to be on the gallop, which would have been crazy in those conditions. But someone on Wind Green was crazy that morning.
What the hell is going on?
Get out of the way!
Rein in that horse!
I hear you!
Control it! Right! Turn right, for God's sake! Just what the devil do you think you were playing?
We must go. That's what this place is for.
Not in conditions like these.
I didn't think anyone else would be up here today.
You simply didn't think.
you realise you could have killed us? And the horses riding in a lunatic way like that? We could all have gone down the side.
Would it have mattered?
What you do with your life is your concern.
Yes.
You also chose to involve 2 innocent horses and me. I don't want my neck broken by the antics of an ill-natured adolescent.
Have you finished?
No, I have not. Is that your horse?
No. Yes.
No, it's not. And you might have killed it. Who does it belong to?
What's it got to do with you? I didn't steal him.
Wait a minute. I know you. A friend of the Ludlam girl. Birmingham, Elaine Birmingham.
No, I'm not.
Young lady. I met you at Ludlam's over 2 years ago. You just moved into the Grange at Semley.
Then you have a better memory than I have. Because I've never seen you before. Now, can I go?
Certainly. But I'm coming with you.
You're what?
I realize the distress the child must have caused you, Dr. Forgan. But if I can only begin to explain to you the circumstances that have brought her to this attitude of mind, I'm certain you'll find it in your heart to forgive her.
Oh, Dennis, Dr. Forgan must be well aware of what's happened to the Birminghams. He reads the newspapers, he listens to the wireless.
Well, I've just come back from a few weeks in Cyprus, Mrs. Ludlam. And a long way behind on local news. What has happened to the Birminghams? The parents divorced?
Divorced?
I'm afraid to say they're dead.
Dead?
Dead.
Both of them?
Yes.
An accident?
Well,
Mr. Birmingham was thrown through the plate glass window of his London office. He fell 4 stories onto the pavement in Victoria Street. He died in the ambulance.
Mrs. Birmingham died a month later of shock and grief, and of the heart disease that's troubled her for many years.
Well, if anyone else had told me this... So Mr. Birmingham was murdered?
Manslaughter, it's thought.
Oh, it's grotesque.
I think it's likely that the alleged felon, Mr. Rufus Osgathorpe of Leeds, will receive the lightest possible sentence.
Rufus Osgathorpe? Of Leeds? I'm sorry. But the whole thing... Why would Rufus Osgathorpe wish to defenestrate Wilfred Birmingham?
Because he was owed £250,000, and because the morning the defenestration occurred, he just learned that there was no likelihood of his ever receiving it. He remonstrated with Mr. Birmingham so passionately that the unfortunate man was shoved through the window.
£250,000?
I'm afraid our poor neighbour died, leaving debts in excess of £4.5 million.
This is staggering.
As you can imagine, because we know Elaine so well and came to know Mr. and Mrs. Birmingham fairly well once they bought the Grange, we felt it our duty to keep up with the increasingly alarming news that this year brought.
Looking back, it's clear that when he bought that remarkable house at Semley, he was living not merely on borrowed time, but on borrowed money.
He was a confidence man?
Certainly not. A man more sinned against than sinning. He was, in broad loom terms, a visionary, but no accountant. By the time he realized the magnitude of his debts, it was too late. The collapse of his empire was inevitable.
We've seen it before, Dr. Forgan. One thinks of John Bloom and his washing machines, of Dr. Savundra and his insurance company, and we shall see it again.
It was the advent of commercial television that ruined him. Until then, it had no serious competitors. His name and his product had been imprinted on the minds of his public for well over a decade. Then came the rivals and the commercials, and Birmingham found his methods obsolete. What he'd done so well, others could do cheaper and faster. So he decided, too late, to modernize his factories. He spent millions on new equipment, new premises, new warehouses, on retraining his personnel. Then he launched the single most costly television campaign ever seen in Britain. But it was too late. Broad loom by Birmingham suddenly became in the public eye as old hatters, dried eggs. He failed, and the creditors stormed him. Amongst them, Mr. Rufus Osgathorpe.
But can you imagine the shock and horror that must have invaded Angela and Elaine? 2 people entirely naive in commercial matters, given over, in a moment, to the hands of their objectionable London solicitor.
The truth of the matter is that your husband was his own worst enemy, Mrs. Birmingham.
Whatever do you mean?
He was proud, and rightly, of all he'd built up. But he was too proud to turn it into a limited liability.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Kemp.
He used to say that he'd never dodge the column if his business failed. Everything he had would be at the disposal of his creditors. Everything, Mrs. Birmingham.
But from what I've read, Wilf left nothing for his creditors.
He left a fully furnished house in Wiltshire, Mrs. Birmingham. He left 3 motor cars, 4 ponies and a horse. He left a fully furnished house in London. This house, Mrs. Birmingham...
Of course he did. He left it to me.
The moment his business went into liquidation, the official receiver took over his affairs. Mr. Birmingham could not leave you what he no longer owned. It'll all have to go, I'm afraid.
Oh, but...
The houses, the cars, the animals, the land, the furnishings, and all his clothing and personal possessions.
Go where?
Do you realise how many people have been ruined by your father's downfall, young lady? Do you begin to understand how much he owes?
Oh.
Optimistically, the sale of all his possessions may bring in £500,000.
Will it really?
And that still leaves £4 million outstanding. £4 million that can never be repaid.
You mean they're going to sell the roof over our heads? But where are me and Elaine to live? What are we to live on? I mean, I'm an invalid, Mr. Campy. Elaine's a schoolgirl. How are we going to live?
I hope you have some understanding relatives. Otherwise, you'll have to ask the state to help you out.
Oh. The state? I could have killed him, Mr. Ludlam. That awful, common little man. I don't know how much money his horrible firm had from Daddy, but he treated my mother and me as though we were criminals.
How is your mother?
She isn't well. She had no idea things were as bad as this.
But she's being looked after.
By the state. She's in Charing Cross Hospital. They specialise in heart diseases, so they say.
But who's looking after you?
My Aunt Daphne, Father's sister. She's helping to organise the sale of the furniture.
This is a dreadful business for you, Elaine. Awful. And what about school?
Oh, you can forget school. That's all finished.
But I'm sure Miss Vereker would sympathise.
She could hardly do anything else. Daddy bought the school a new gym and a swimming pool. But I expect Miss Vereker's thinking it was with dirty money.
I'm sure she thinks nothing of the sort.
Anyhow, how could I go back now? With everyone knowing what's happened, all the gossip and the giggling, all the nasty remarks.
But what's the alternative?
I can get a job, can't I? I'm 16.
Dennis did everything he could, Dr. Forgan. He tried and he pleaded.
She was very upset at the time.
He tried and he pleaded. He urged her to go back to school. He said she could spend her holidays with us. Naomi would never let her down. Miss Vereker was all consideration, but no, her mind was made up.
You can hardly blame her, Kate. It wasn't
At
an
any
honourable
rate-
situation.
What did she do?
Matters came to a head when poor Mrs. Birmingham died.
What a catalogue of horrors for the poor girl.
A gruesome catalogue indeed.
The house in London was the first to go, and Elaine went to live in Barnes with her Aunt Daphne.
Wilfred Birmingham's sister.
Mr. Birmingham's older sister. The younger lives in Tasmania, I believe.
I see. Barnes. And did she get a job?
Dr. Forgan, that girl has gone from misfortune to misfortune.
We tried to keep in touch with her.
Naomi wrote to her regularly from school. But after one perfunctory letter from Elaine, she heard nothing.
Then, what is she doing here?
It's been
There
most
are matters which I feel should be left to Elaine to recount, or not, as only she can decide, Dr. Forgan.
2 days after the incident with the horses, Elaine turned up here, looking both sly and exhausted. How long will you be staying with the Ludlams?
I haven't a clue. Well, I suppose until I find a job.
And down here? Wouldn't there be more openings in London?
I don't want to see London again as long as I live. The problems I had there.
I gather that after the misfortune, you went to live with your aunt in Barnes.
My aunt. You won't know what it's like to feel obliged to someone you can't stand. Oh, Barnes was all right. But to be cooped up in the house of someone who has you on sufferance, as a duty.
Your father's sister?
Daphne's the renegade of the Birmingham family. She's academic. She has a degree and a social conscience. She's principal of a teacher's training college, and I can imagine how she trains her teachers.
You don't get along with her.
She's like something beastly out of Dickens. No humour, no kindness.
You've had a very bad time of it recently, Elaine, and there's no one sorrier than I am about the way things have turned out. And it's decent and natural that you should grieve for your parents. I was fond enough of Wilfred myself, though we went our different ways in the world. But what's done's done. You've lost your parents, and you've lost a very nice way of life. A way of life very few girls of your age could ever have hoped for. But it's time to turn your back on all that and set about making your own way. You've several advantages. You've a good education behind you. You know how to behave in society. And when you take the trouble, you can be a very pretty girl indeed. All in all, not a bad start in life. I had a great deal less to build on. I was plain. I was poor. And in those days, and in our family, girls weren't encouraged to go in for higher education. The best I could expect was head of a counter at Marks and Spencer's in Halifax. But I dug my toes in. I stayed on at school and I took my higher certificate in a county bursary and I was admitted to the University of Leeds. Proudest day of my life. Now, if you dug your toes in and swallowed your pride, you could be back at that very good school of yours now. Miss Vereker wanted you back. She welcomed you back, and there you could be.
Let's not go into that all over again.
There you are, you see. Looking the gift horse in the mouth. It's pride, you see. It's pride that was your father's downfall because he wouldn't make adequate provisions for his family. And it's pride that's cut you off from the benefits of a sixth form education.
Would you have gone back as a pauper?
When you get above yourself, it's time to take stock. I'm not altogether disappointed you're not going back there, because a school like that contains a lot of flighty girls who aren't a bit interested in higher education. They'll never need do a hand's turn in their lives because they'll be protected all their lives by money. But, Elaine, character isn't built on money. It's built on your own efforts.
What effort am I supposed to make?
It's your duty. It's your necessity to make yourself useful in life. And, fortunately, I have contacts who can help in that direction. I've a friend, Miss Gutteridge, who's doing very nicely with a useful little business in Richmond. She runs a commercial college where clever young people like you can learn shorthand and typing and business accountancy. 2 years with Miss Gutteridge, and you'll be well qualified to hold down a very good secretarial job anywhere in London.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Are you being facetious, Elaine?
A secretarial job wasn't what I had in mind.
Dare say it wasn't. But you're in no position to pick and choose, are you? You can thank your lucky stars that Miss Gutteridge is prepared to help out. She is offering you a 2-year course on very reduced terms, simply because I've been able to find places in my college for 1 or 2 of her best girls.
She must be a very wonderful person.
I don't admire your attitude, Elaine. Sarcasm's an unpleasant trait at the best of times, and it certainly doesn't become a bit of a girl like you. With regard to your predicament, with regard to what's actually the notoriety of Wilfred's death, we agreed it would be best if you didn't use your own surname at the college. If the other girls knew who you were, they could make life rather difficult for you. So you're enrolled as Elaine Hopper.
Elaine Hopper?
Your mother's maiden name. We've no need to be entirely fictitious.
Yes, I can see. Not the best of springboards for a glittering career.
It was awful, awful. I was sent up for putting on airs and graces. And when I managed to do well in the end-of-term exams, the other girls said it was because I had an in with Miss Gutteridge. Oh, I couldn't stand them. They were dreadful. So boring.
You'd win no popularity prizes in that society.
I was so fed up with their stupid chatter that I couldn't bear to eat where they ate. I made sandwiches for myself most mornings. But once a week I'd escape to a pub in Richmond. Any pub, just to get away from them.
Though you were underage?
Oh, that's why I enjoyed it. I was defying all the precepts laid down by Aunt Daphne.
But is there any other significance in this pubbing of yours?
Are you catechizing me, Dr. Forgan? Yes, it was significant. I was in this pub one lunchtime. It was Friday and the place was packed. I'd found a corner stool and I was guarding my ham roll and my gin and tonic for all I was worth. And this man stood near me, trying to buy a drink. He was rather good-looking. Fair hair, a thin, interesting face, and a fair moustache. He was wearing some unusual club blazer, and he knocked over my gin and tonic. It doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. Your glass was full, and I, like a BF, knocked it over. What was it?
No, really.
Nonsense. Looked like a G&T. Sean, a large gin and tonic for the lady, and a large vodka and tonic for yours truly. So, though I say it myself. Do you come here often?
Now and again.
Then why is it that I've never clapped eyes on you before, and I come here every day other than Sunday? Your glass replenished, and with multo apologies.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sir, what's a beautiful creature like you doing in a hellhole like this?
I was having lunch.
Lunch? One of Sean's disgusting rolls?
Yes.
You should be feasting on stone crab and pink champagne.
Oh, if I had the money.
There's always money about for sensational girls like you. And I should know. I photograph them every day, except Sunday.
You're a photographer?
My card. I yield you my card. If only because you're the best thing that's swum into my ken since Sophia Loren.
Clifford Arundel. And you photographed her?
The proof positive, my angel.
Oh.
What about that?
It's beautiful. Where was it taken?
My studio. Not a stone's throw from here. Now, I know you must have had propositions from 100 guys at least. I really do believe you've got what it takes.
What takes?
Come on, fess up. You're a model, aren't you? I'm certain I've seen you in Vanity Fair.
Then you're wrong. I'm still studying.
The wrong things, darling. Your face, your figure. You should be on the front page of every glossy on the news.
He couldn't have picked me up at a time when I was more ready to be picked up. He had charm and self-assurance, and he was an older man.
And his name again?
His card said Clifford Arundel, Society and Fashion Photographer.
And was he?
Well, he had a Hasselblad with all the fittings, and he must have used 2 rolls photographing me in Richmond Park. Deer in the foreground, deer in the background, against a string of horses from Stag Lodge, running into Spanker's Hill Wood. It took the best part of the afternoon, and Cliff was so helpful and enthusiastic. He was such fun.
The best part of the afternoon. Had you no lessons?
I skipped them. This was far more amusing.
And did you see the results of the afternoon's fun?
We were too busy. Afterwards, Cliff drove me to his studio. It was much smaller than I'd imagined and not a bit glamorous. It was over an ironmonger's shop. Quite honestly, it was tatty. Am I supposed to go on?
Up to you.
He introduced me to a girl called Murray and a boy called Ken, said they were his assistants. Then Cliff got me very drunk, and when I passed out, they undressed me and took pornographic pictures. When I realized what was happening, I nearly went mad. I knocked over one of his big lamps. It exploded. Everyone was yelling and struggling. Somehow I got dressed and just ran.
I'm afraid she doesn't want to see you at the moment, Miss Birmingham.
I dare say she doesn't. But I want to see her.
If you have Elaine's interests at heart, and I'm sure you do, then you're best advised to postpone the visit until she's ready for it.
What on earth did the girl think she was doing? Behaving so irresponsibly.
What time did she come home yesterday?
I can't be sure. She wasn't here when I arrived, shortly after 6. No note, no explanation, but that was hardly surprising. She often decided to go to the cinema or just out of an evening without telling me. But when she wasn't home by 11, 11:30, I became very worried indeed. At midnight, I rang the police. They told me not to worry unduly and that they'd make inquiries. I telephoned them again, twice, and at 3 this morning, they were on my doorstep. A girl answering my description of Elaine was in the General Hospital. Would I go there and see if she was Elaine? I was terrified. Well, I went with them, of course, and I identified Elaine. She hadn't recovered full consciousness when they administered the stomach pump, and she was sleeping heavily when I arrived. They told me there was no purpose to be served by my staying there, and that I should be notified when I could visit. And now you tell me I must wait for Elaine to make up her mind when she'll see me? Well, the whole thing's monstrous.
Hello. How are you feeling, love?
bit better, thank you. Not much, though. Who found me?
A courting couple. You gave them a terrible fright. They thought you'd been murdered. You also made things difficult. They knew they had to get you to hospital as quick as possible. But unfortunately, he was married and she wasn't.
Oh, Lord.
The girl made the 999 call anonymously and then shot off home, presumably. The man stood by to look after you. You were wearing his jacket when the ambulance arrived. He wouldn't give his name, but the police detained him. They thought he must have something to do with your condition.
How awful.
Yes, wasn't it? They allowed him to telephone his wife. Heaven knows what excuses the poor man made. But if his marriage was dicey before, I reckon it'll be all washed up by now. Because until you'd come to, failed to recognise the man and got him off the hook, he was kept in custody.
He'd have been better off leaving me.
If he had, you and I wouldn't be sat here chatting. He saved your life, and more than likely ruined his own to do it.
Well, can't I explain to his wife?
You keep right out of it. He's in enough trouble as it is.
It was Cliff's fault all this started. What about him?
The police were round at his studio first thing this morning. Everything gone, packed up clean as a whistle and away, leaving quite a lot of rental outstanding.
But can't they trace him? Clifford Arundel. He showed me his card.
People who take pornographic photographs don't use their real name, love.
Think I'm going to be sick again?
You're going to be all right. What did you take?
I shall be sick if you make me talk about it.
Lots of aspirin in your auntie's cooking sherry. Yuck.
If you know, why did you ask?
The sicker you feel at the mention of aspirin and alcohol, the less likely you are to try them again. When are you going to see your aunt?
Never. I couldn't bear the thought of all those recriminations.
She means well. She has a nice house, and you've a pretty room of your own there.
It's a prison.
I've tried with that girl, Miss Peel. I've tried for 18 months. But she's sullen, incommunicative, and sometimes downright chicky. If it wasn't for her unfortunate background, I'd have had her out of my house months ago. Well, she's had a nasty time, but she's done nothing to help herself. And she's shown me no consideration or affection.
She doesn't want to live here, Miss Birmingham.
Then what's to become of her? Well, she's not 18 yet. She's still a minor at law.
She'll have to stay in a hostel. There is a place for girls in a similar predicament in Richmond.
A hostel? Among girls with criminal tendencies.
A girl with criminal tendencies. Is that how you see your niece, Miss Birmingham?
Miss Peel was all right. I could get on with her. She was kind, but she was tough and practical. No sentimentality.
Well, that's her job. She's a welfare officer. And you're not related to her. You've given your aunt a rough time, haven't you?
Well, she deserved it, all that pity and piety.
So you chose the hostel?
Without Aunt Daphne, there was no alternative. I was in care and protection.
I can't imagine the hostel was an improvement on your aunt's home.
I swapped one kind of hell for another. Though there isn't much to choose between a domestic hell and an institutionalized one. I stuck it for a month, and I had all the snide remarks over again. What's an upper-class kid doing here? Slumming it, are we? Why weren't you Devil of the Year, then?
You haven't given it much of a whirl, have you? A month?
It's horrible. You must know how horrible it is.
You'll be 18 in 2 months' time. In 3 months, if you work, you'll have your secretarial qualifications. Then you can get a job, and we can find you some decent digs. A little flat later on, somewhere of your own once you've saved a bit. Is that asking too much?
What a smashing future. Digs in Twickenham and a job in a ball-bearing factory.
You could be pushing up daisies.
It'd be better than this.
I don't need self-pity, not in this office.
Look, I've had everything, and you've never had anything, and that's the difference between us. And that's why you'll never understand that I'd rather be dead than have this nothing life.
Oh, there you are. I've put a sweat rug on Temeraire, but he needs a short feed after all that exercise. Would you be a pocket?
Yes, all right.
2 scoops of nuts and 1 of bran.
With a little water mixed in, yes.
And Dennis!
Coming, my love.
Dennis, don't you think the least we can do is to offer Dr. Forgan a drink after all this excitement?
Yes, of course. It's a...
whiskey and water, thank you.
And Dennis, the door, please.
Oh.
So, Was she forthcoming?
Very. She had reached the stage of threatening to quit the hostel. I can't wait for the next installment.
Oh.
I don't mean to be flippant, but that girl's packed more incident into just 2 years of her life than I've seen in 40.
Got enough water?
Oh, thank you.
She's had a ghastly time. An impossible time.
The greatest in fortune.
What's that, old chap?
Oh, something Elaine said she said to the welfare officer reminded me of Chaucer.
Miss Peel reminded you of Chaucer?
Oh, Dennis, really?
Well, Chaucer wrote that the worst sort of human misery occurs when someone who's had everything looks back on the full days of old, when they're down and out.
Exactly. Exactly. It's what I've said to Dennis over and over again. Elaine had everything, and now...
And now she has us, darling.
Ah, you've taken her on.
Well, what option did we have? You should have seen the state she was in, poor creature.
I think Dr. Forgan might like to know.
It was astonishing. I was sitting here with the wireless on in this very room at about 9 that evening. Dennis was playing billiards on his own, and I was repairing his cycling breeches. It had been raining heavily all evening, and the fire was spitting and crackling. And then there was this thundering at the door, so loud and unexpected. The dogs created such a hullabaloo that they managed to disturb even Dennis's concentration. He hurried to the door, and there was Elaine, drenched and exhausted, and carrying a plastic bag. All her worldly goods in a plastic bag.
Well, how had she reached you?
By train, from Waterloo to Tisbury. Then from Tisbury, because she had no money left, she walked.
Walked through 7 miles of downpour. If only she thought to telephone us.
She had no money.
She could have reversed the charges.
Anyway, here she was, obviously in difficulties and soaked to the skin.
I ran her a bath. Dennis made up a hot cordial, and I laid out some of Naomi's clothes.
And then the sorry tale was unfolded.
But there was worse to follow.
You overwhelmed me.
If she had no money...
It occurred to me quite early on during her revelation that of course she had no money. But her preposterous but helpful aunt had, as it were, subbed Elaine for 18 months through Secretarial College. Given her pocket money, made her some kind of clothing allowance.
But all that must have stopped
Immediately.
when Elaine chose to reject Miss Birmingham in favour of this girls' hostel in Richmond.
Where, presumably, the inmates would be allowed the merest modicum of pocket money.
Yes, of course. So, where did the train fare come from?
She stole it.
Borrowed it.
Stole it? If rifling someone's handbag and taking £10 without the owner's consent is borrowing, then by all means Elaine borrowed her train fare. First-class fare, Dr. Forgan.
Yes, well, old habits die hard.
But she left a note saying she would repay the money.
And who repaid the money? Dennis?
The hostel had become intolerable, and she needed to get away. And she had neither the cash nor a checkbook, so she took the money and left an IOU.
The welfare officer, Miss Peel, actually took the trouble to motor down at the weekend, in her own time, all the way from Richmond, in a car that certainly had seen much better days. Dennis gave her the £10 immediately to repay this Mrs. Somebody or other who was matron of the hostel.
I liked Miss Peel.
She was a sensible young woman, and she took her duties seriously. She obviously liked Elaine. Elaine liked her, but made it clear she was never going back to London.
There were certain legal difficulties.
But Dennis, as an experienced solicitor, was able to shortcut most of them.
Because Elaine is still underage, someone must be legally responsible for her. First it was her aunt, then it was Richmond Council, and latterly us. A neighbour of ours, Janet Bultitude, have you met her? Is a magistrate. With her approval and that of Miss Peel, Kate and I undertook to act as legal guardians to Elaine until she achieves her majority, which time I might say is imminent.
You're being very good to her.
We're very fond of her, Dr. Forgan. She's been a prisoner of her past, and we're determined to help her to escape to a better future.
And what will that future be?
So, what was the future? And what about your silver?
The silver will have to wait.
Oh.
I offered Elaine a temporary sinecure. But there was something admirable about the Ludlams' determination to pull her fat out of the fire when I knew that they were hard-pressed financially. So I engaged Elaine at 10 bob an hour to catalogue my books.
But she guessed it was a handout.
I'm sure she did. Though both of us necessarily maintained the fiction that she was doing me an extraordinarily good turn. More?
Oh, please.
It was an uncomfortable period. Probably for her and certainly for me. I was planning a series of lectures, and I like solitude when I'm working. And suddenly, it was a human being in the place, in my life, for whom I had to assume some responsibility, giving her coffee, giving her tea, listening to her jejune ideas about life and art, taking her to the pub for lunch. And if she hadn't been round, I'd have improvised perfectly well.
Was she conscientious?
At times.
I found a jackdaw, Dr. Forgan.
She seemed to enjoy being amongst books, but she was easily distracted.
Can I give him some milk in the kitchen?
Anyway, the vacation came to an end, and the books were still in chaos, and Elaine went back to subsidised unemployment with the Ludlams, and I went back to Oxford, imagining and hoping that I'd seen and heard the last of her.
But since there are several chapters to go...
I spent most of the Christmas vacation in India, where I ran into Blazer Povey in Madras.
Blazer?
Yeah. He was probably dodging debts in England, but he represented himself as manufacturing saddlery in India for consumption in the home counties.
Blazer was always versatile.
And then back home in the slow, cold slog of the Hillary term, I came back here shortly before Easter and set about ridding the place of dust, cobwebs and dry rot. I hadn't been here more than a couple of days when up cycled Dennis Ludlam, and I knew that tranquil days had gone again.
Ludlam appears to be your rural nemesis.
Young Elaine was the nemesis of us all. There'd been evidently a bizarre turn-up for the book-shade Ludlam, so would I join them for dinner? No talk of billiards this time. And talk it over. The dedicated bicyclist assured me in those profound and solemn tones that my advice would be particularly valuable, since I was more than a passing acquaintance of the two involved parties.
You seem to do nothing but cry on your shoulder, Dr. Forgan. But this time we're even more worried about Elaine.
Well, what's she been up to this time?
She has eloped with my brother.
Eloped?
Hardly the right word, old chap. Elaine and Richard have reached an understanding.
Look, can we job backwards a little? Richard is your brother, Mrs. London.
My youngest brother.
And is he married?
Not yet, thank heaven.
But he and Elaine have set up house together.
They're living together in Marylebone.
And that distresses you?
It appalls me. Richard is 32, granted, but he's emotionally immature. And Elaine, well, you know Elaine, how insecure and highly strung she is.
But they're both of age, Mrs. Ludlam, and if this kind of life is what they want...
But it isn't what they want. It's an infatuation. If they should marry, they'll regret it for the rest of their lives.
Well, then the regret will be something they must live with.
That's exactly what Dennis said you'd say.
Because it's true. They are beyond our influence now.
They're nothing of the kind. They aren't married yet, are they?
Look, what exactly are you wanting me to do? If you're expecting me to intervene in this love affair, then I'm accepting your hospitality under false pretenses. How can I help, indeed? Why should I help?
Because they're totally unsuited to one another and to marriage.
How can you possibly know that?
Because I know them both very well.
Look, I'm still in the dark. Mr. Ludlam intimated that I knew both people.
You do. You know my brother, a pilot with Air Freight Cyprus, Richard Fricker.
Richard Fricker? So Elaine is...
Yes, that's who Elaine is.
Richard remembered you perfectly well when we discussed you.
Yes, I recall him. I've met him in company with other aircrew people, but what makes you feel so sure he's unsuited for marriage? If he's capable of flying an aeroplane satisfactorily, that makes him both practical and responsible.
He's been... what do they call it nowadays? He's been a loner too long. He's gauche in feminine society. I know he isn't ready for marriage now, and I doubt if he'll ever be ready for it.
These are sweeping statements, Kate.
Well, I remember your brother as being a pleasant young man, but shy. Very shy. As to gauche...
The fact of the matter is that Elaine has turned his head.
Oh, now, darling.
She was lonely, because Naomi and the boys were all away. Richard decided to spend a week of his leave with us. Dennis naturally was at work all day, and I always have more than enough to occupy myself with. So they were thrown together, unnaturally, and this ill-advised relationship began.
Look, I don't know your brother at all well, but I do know him, and to be fair, I think I can guess at your misgivings. As to understanding them, and as to interfering with his life, how can you, or your husband, or I know what's gone on in the hearts of them both? If they're in love, and presumably they are, since they're living together in Marylebone, then why should anyone presume to interfere?
Because they're in no position to set up house together.
But an airline pilot makes a great deal of money. Well, more than I could ever hope to command.
I'm not talking about money. Surely you must realize that. Dennis, please try to explain to Dr. Forgan.
The fact is that... Could we talk in the billiards room?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Dennis, we're all adults, aren't we?
Kate believes, and after all, she's known Richard all his life, Kate believes that he may be constitutionally unprepared for marriage.
Are you saying he's homosexual?
No.
Well, then what?
He has fewer urges than the mass of men. He doesn't need marriage. He's fallen in love with the idea of love. Yet to Elaine, he represents utter security and a happy ever-after conclusion. But that won't be the case.
Yeah, but isn't that something they'll have to discover or not for themselves? Aren't you taking too much responsibility on yourself? They may be ideally happy. Give them a chance.
Richard is my youngest brother. And I brought him up after my mother died, almost as if he were my son. I know him, Dr. Forgan. And we've known Elaine for 5 years, almost as a daughter. And we understand her. Of course we want what's best for them both. But what's best for them both is certainly not a marriage between them. It can only end in unhappiness.
Hello, Matthew.
Elaine.
Just about.
How long is it since... Look, come on in.
Can you give me a hand with the luggage?
So, when did we last meet?
In Limassol, at Arif's Magic Bar, 71. I was with Richard then.
And now?
Long story.
But you've arrived with luggage, so there's time.
Have you a cigarette?
Help yourself. Take the packet.
Thank you. You know, I didn't realize till we lived in Cyprus how many people you knew out there and how many people knew you.
Well, it's been my second home. When I was a boy, it was my first. My father worked out there.
I've heard all about that. But what about Neville Dimmock and Blazer Povey?
Oh, Blazer, back in Cyprus?
You can't keep away from the place, can you, the three of you?
Blazer, Neville and I were school friends. After national service, Blazer and Neville took short-service flying commissions. By chance, they were posted to Akrotiri. I was sent out as an intelligence officer during the Aoka campaign, because I spoke fluent Demotic Greek. Neville fell for the place just as I'd done. And since you've met him, you'll know about his business interests there.
Mm-hmm.
And your husband, too.
Went where his contract stipulated. Milk train run, Gatwick, Nicosia, Gatwick, freight.
Yeah. Now, when I met you and Richard in Limassol, I must admit thinking the marriage was, fraying a little around the edges. And Ludlam said it would be disaster, you know. They wanted me to intervene.
You? What could you have done to stop it?
Well, that's exactly what I told them.
Yes, well, they were right, weren't they? But at the time, it seemed a good idea.
I gained the impression that you liked the life on Cyprus better than Richard did.
Oh, he never feels secure outside England.
But you clearly did.
We had a cottage in a village overlooking Kyrenia and the harbour. I've never known a more beautiful view in my life.
Nor have I.
Oh, yes, the magic's got to you. But it holds no charms for Richard. He wanted me to make the London flat my permanent base and fly out to Cyprus occasionally. I wasn't having any of that. Once I'd seen paradise, I wasn't going to settle for being there only 6 weeks a year. I had the cottage, I had a sports car, I had the sun and the grape and the olive. And I had friends. Some surprising friends, perhaps, but in that atmosphere you get a different perspective on things.
Morning.
I was wondering which of you is Clifford Arundel. Someone said he was here.
Did you say Clifford Arundel?
Yes, society and fashion photographer. They said he always wears a blazer.
Hello now. And a chap in Cyprus who always wears a blazer. The chap you're talking to. Blazer
I see. They must have meant that you know Clifford Arundel.
Look, have
Oh, yes, at Mr. Arundel's studio in Richmond.
Oh.
It was a long time ago, and you've obviously forgotten. But I haven't.
I think I can help you. Believe I know where old Cliff hangs out these days.
That's good. I have an urgent message for him.
Well, look, why don't we have a drink? Over there. We can talk about Cliff. bit more privately. This charming young lady and I have a mutual friend who's in some kind of trouble. Look, old love, I really don't remember you.
I was 17 at the time. You got me very drunk in your studio, and when I passed out, you stripped me and had your chums Ken and Mari perform. And you photographed what they were doing to me.
I did?
When I ran out of your studio, do you know what I did? I went home, I took a large bottle of aspirins and a bottle of sherry, and I went down to the river, and I tried to kill myself. What you'd done was the last filthy indignity in a year of indignities.
You mean it, don't you? You know, I do remember something. The deer in Richmond Park.
And your Hasselblad with all the fittings, yes.
Good Lord, good Lord. I'd no idea you'd react so strongly to a bit of fun.
Well, you must have been a little worried because you cleared out of that studio so fast that you forgot to pay the balance of the rent. What with that and your porno pictures and my go at suicide, the Richmond police still have an open file on Clifford Arundel.
You have no proof. Not now.
You're Edwin Blazer Povey, sometime flying officer, sometime con man, now engaged in a civilian capacity in public relations for the Ministry of Defence. And you're a year into a 3-year tour at Episcopi.
So?
All I have to do is go to the air officer commanding RAF Episcopi and tell him my tale. And I wonder how long it'll be before the Ministry of Defence hands you over to the Richmond police. I'd like an ouzo, please.
You wouldn't do that, would you? I mean, it would do you no good at all. But it might dent my career, even though I'd certainly deny everything.
Why shouldn't I? You almost destroyed me.
If you were going to, you would have been at Flagstaff House by now. You've done your homework, and I'm impressed. So why didn't you take it to the headmaster? Dia Uza, Paracolo.
It depends on what reparations you're prepared to make.
Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty.
My husband is Richard Fricker. You know him?
Richie Fricker? Yes. Heard he was married. Didn't know who to. Congratulations.
Too late for those. He and I have come to the end of the line. He's going back to England to a permanent admin job. I want to stay out here. He's not prepared to maintain me out here. I have a cottage up the road and a sports car, and I live rather well. I don't want my standards to drop because my husband doesn't understand.
So Blazer got his comeuppance. Well done.
I thought he was a friend of yours.
Well, so he is, but you don't have to admire a person to like him, do you? No, Blazer was always a bit of a scamp. Though I didn't think he'd actually stoop to pornography. But if it's any consolation, I'm sure he had no idea how horrifically you were going to react to his antics. There's no malice in the man.
That's true. I'm afraid he is likeable. Oh, I had to drop my standards, of course. Blazer couldn't afford more than a 3-room flat and an old banger for me. But I didn't really mind. I mean, how much time do you actually spend inside a house there? The life's all outside, isn't it?
So Blazer did the right thing.
What was nice about Blazer was that he didn't whine, not once. He'd been caught red-handed, and he was prepared to pay up. Oh, we had some good times together. He was fun. And he knew fun people and fun places.
Yes, that's Blazer. Oh, did he ever mention his legacy?
That legacy! One day, me darling, when the old fruit pops off and me legacy comes through, we'll really paint the island red. In a strange kind of way, I suppose I should be grateful to him. If he hadn't nearly pushed me into suicide, I'd be a secretary in a ball-bearing factory in Twickenham.
But this odd idyll came to an end when the Turks invaded Cyprus.
Oh, of course. Blazer was really rather heroic. I'd intended to stay on in Kyrenia and damn the Turks. But when the shelling began, Blazer snatched me from the battle zone and drove me hell for leather to Akrotiri. He pulled rank and got me on the last seat of a trooping flight to Brize Norton.
And from there?
I could hardly throw myself on the mercy of the Ludlums this time, could I? So it was Richard. Where else?
Did you expect me to be pleased to see you?
I hoped you might be.
No, for God's sake, Elaine. You've behaved selfishly and irresponsibly for 2 years. How did you expect me to feel when everyone in Cyprus knew you were Blazer Bloody Povey's kept woman? Have you thought what it was like for me at work? Pity or sniggers?
There was nothing to prevent you from finding some consolation yourself, was there?
I didn't want... I wasn't brought up to live like that, racketing around. I was brought up to stand to my guns. We're still married, aren't we? Supposed to be?
Do you want me back?
Would you have come back? Willingly, if the good life in Cyprus hadn't gone fat?
No.
Well, then.
Do you want a divorce?
I want a decent way of life with a wife I can trust. Is that unreasonable?
Oh, no, it isn't. Of course it isn't.
You look exhausted.
I am.
But what's to be done?
Richard, I don't know.
What's happened to Blazer, anyway?
His tour finishes next month.
And then what?
London, at the Ministry.
I see. So, in fact, all you want is somewhere to lay your head free of charge till Blazer's open for business again in town.
No.
Well, I don't believe you.
Cyprus is over. Blazer was part of something I very much enjoyed out there. But Blazer in a bowler and pinstripes and a flat in Chorley Wood, no, not for me.
So I'm the court of last appeal. By default.
I'm very tired. I don't want to argue with you.
I don't want to argue either. But I think some kind of discussion's called for.
I've done the wrong thing again, and I'm sorry. I should never have come back here.
Would you be prepared to rearrange your priorities?
That sounds very technical.
No, let's not get smart. Look, I realise you don't want to live in London. But if there were somewhere, a really nice place in the country, would that appeal to you?
In the country?
A cottage in a pretty village on the South Downs.
Another pipe dream?
No! I have a particular place in mind. Tudor, beamed, low ceilings, inglenook, an acre of garden, and I can commute. With what I've saved, I'll only need a 25% mortgage. Honestly, Elaine, it's quite beautiful. Look. Look. The estate agent's handout, and a photograph of the property.
Yes, it's lovely.
It is lovely. And you'd love the village. It really isn't stockbroker belt. It's 50 minutes to London by rail. Far enough out to be rural.
And what would I do out there?
Oh, come on. Live a happy, normal life. Plenty of room for a dog and a cat. You could ride again. There's an excellent stables at the end of the village, and it's good hunting country.
And children.
What?
You'd want children.
Well, doesn't everyone?
Richard.
Yes?
Find another wife.
Well, what are you talking about?
Everything you've said sounds marvellous. For any girl but me.
But how can you know until you... Saturday. I'll drive you out there. We can see the house, have lunch, take a walk. You'll love it.
There's nothing the matter with your suggestion. There's nothing the matter with the place. I'm sure it's beautiful. There's nothing the matter with anything you've said. Except that it fills me with gloom and terror.
What the hell do you mean?
Are you sure you want to know?
Elaine!
All right. I would find it boring, boring, boring. I don't want to be a commuter's wife with 2 ideal children and 2 ideal pets in an ideal cottage in an ideal village 50 ideal minutes from London. What would I do out there? And when you came home at 7:30 sharp and put on your slippers, what would we talk about? The golf club, the Mothers' Union, gooseberry jam and flower arrangements and the vicar's little problems. How much the fees will be at Nigel's new school.
Oh, what a bitch. What a neurotic, selfish, dissatisfied bitch.
And I suppose I am to him. The story doesn't get any better, you know. I'm not a pre-Raphaelite heroine.
I never thought you were.
Oh, dear. Did you see through me from the beginning?
I don't know that I ever tried to. You were never uppermost in my thoughts.
How nice to find someone so disengaged.
It must be. So what are you doing here?
I need a breathing space for a week or 2.
Until Blazer comes back?
I suppose so.
Well, you know where the guest bedroom is. Dump your things there. You can stay till I say go, which won't be long.
Aren't you being rather hard on me, Matthew?
No harder than you've been on a number of people.
It's like that, is it?
Look, what have you been up to since you walked out on Richard?
Oh, travelling? Why?
Now, yesterday afternoon I received a telephone call from the Salisbury police. Oh, yes, I'm on the telephone now. Asking me, in effect, to give you a favourable character reference. An hour later, Dennis Ludlam was on the telephone. He'd had a similar request. So what's been going on?
I'm sorry. I didn't really expect them to check, you know. I thought it was a matter of form.
Oh, they checked. Why?
Well, when I left Richard, I decided to work my way west.
Towards the Ludlams? Or me?
Oh, they were always reserve champions. I took a bus to Salisbury and decided to stay there for a few days. And before I realised it, I was out of cash.
Which had come from whom?
Richard gave me 50 quid. He felt it was cheap at the price to be rid of me. Anyway, I was out of makeup. And I wanted to look my best when I called on you. I went to a chemist's. Couldn't believe the prices of the makeup. And I seem to have left without paying for what I took. Wasn't that forgetful?
But they were on to you.
It was only a matter of £9.58, a drop in the ocean.
Not to a local chemist.
Police, questions, statements, denials. It wasn't a bit amusing. And then the question of bail. Would you believe it? For £9.58, they wanted £75.
Which you hadn't got.
No. So Mr. Plod took me round to the hotel, and I managed to have 5 minutes' private conversation with the manager. He was very understanding. But on top of that, because I had no fixed abode, Mr. Plod wanted references. I could hardly give Richard, so I'm afraid it was you and poor Dennis Ludlam.
When do you appear before the magistrate?
The day after tomorrow. Since I'm an itinerant, Mr. Plod said he'd hurry me through, bless him. It's not very funny, is it?
It's stupid and rather shabby.
I knew I'd be in trouble.
Oh, Elaine. I've known you for what seems an eternity. I'm prepared to make a few allowances, but I draw the line now. If you'll guarantee to stay here until Thursday, I'll drive you over to Salisbury myself and try to put in a good word for you to the magistrates. Now, is that on?
I suppose it'll have to be.
All right. So take your things to the guest bedroom, have a bath, help yourself to drinks. I'll be back within an hour.
Where are you going?
I tend to keep an empty larder. It'll have to be replenished. You can cook us a Greek dinner tonight, and we'll talk about Cyprus.
Θα σε φέρω στο για την φιλοξενία σας.
Εγώ πολύ καιρό να κάνω αυτό.
Were you perhaps hoping for ultimate benefits?
From a down and out?
She's a very attractive bird.
It makes a difference when you've known them since they came in wearing wet jodhpurs and a torn hairnet after a gymkhana.
Does it? I fancied her like hell, you know. And when I heard about her arrangement with Blaze, I was very jealous. Oh, this was after Audrey's death, of course.
You saw her. You saw them regularly.
Oh, not regularly, but quite often. Tiny's club. Famagusta, mainly. Sometimes Blaze would be after a Nordic blonde or a shady deal, and I'd be left very happily with Elaine. She could take her liquor, could that girl?
She could take a lot of things, now you come to mention it. At any rate, after our up and downer, I motored to Tisbury and bought all the makings for the Greek blowout from the delicatessen there. Then I called on Theo Edwardis.
Theo, you've settled down at last.
In a very pretty manor house. I'll take you there tomorrow. Anyway, I got some ouzo and retsina from Theo's private stock and came back here. First thing I saw was her note.
Aye, aye?
And I had a presentiment of ill luck.
Dear Matthew, I'm sorry about all this. I hope you'll understand someday. Much love, Elaine.
I was put out, of course, but not extravagantly so. I began to think how lucky I was not to be landed with such a spectacularly unfortunate girl. Oh, I'd quite looked forward to a dinner for two, but a dinner for one twice would be perfectly agreeable. Then I went into the dining room.
I've been waiting for this. How I've been waiting for this.
It took me some time to realize what was strange about the place. Then I looked again at the sideboard and the dining table, and I knew.
Elaine pinched your silver.
Must you sound so jocular? I was furious, angry, hurt and bewildered to betray me like this.
Did you report the theft?
No.
There you go. How soft.
Well, would you have reported it, given her circumstances?
Of course I would. Well, I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, I raged around. I swore vengeance. I was on the point of calling the police half a dozen times. But in the end, I didn't.
It's obvious. You always had a soft spot for the girl.
Well, that may be true. I'm not sure. But what I became sure of was the absence of value, of things like silver ornaments. Yes, they were mine, and she'd stolen them, but they were not articles I longed for and paid for myself. They were heirlooms. Things that had been around the family since I don't know when, but not specific to me. Now, if she'd stolen my notes and my manuscripts, then yes, Interpol on the instant. But table decorations, as against a bruised and difficult life. Had I named her the theft, together with her shoplifting and the jumping of bail, she'd have done time. No question of it. And I wasn't going to be responsible for that.
So instead she got away with it, scot-free.
Well, I was still angry at her betrayal of trust, but this was a private thing. I wanted to know what use she could make of the silver and why.
She's a sly bull, she really is. She admitted absolutely nothing in that dear John note she left you.
Well, I imagine she'd had enough of lawyers after her father's disaster to be wary of putting anything significant down on paper.
You're still making feeble excuses for criminal behavior.
Oh, all right, yes, why not? I haven't suffered as she suffered.
So suffering's a sufficient excuse for larceny.
Well, Neville, you've met the girl. You've confessed to an admiration for her. You know what she's like. Now, would you have put a spoke in her wheel?
You're going to tell me next you never slept with her.
I didn't.
But I did. Look, in Blaze's time, she was the town bicycle of Kyrenia.
I don't believe it.
Suit yourself. Anyone could buy her a few drinks and show her a good time and... way!
Well, this is locker room braggadocio, and I don't believe it. She may have been desperate, but she was never promiscuous.
All right, suit yourself.
Oh, do shut up. Now, we've been friends for 30 years. There's no need to lie to me. I'll accept that Elaine's a thief, a chancer, a failed suicide, and a homewrecker. What I'm not prepared to accept is that she's a whore.
You keep going your way, and I'll keep going my way.
What kind of answer's that?
I mean it, Matt. You're on dangerous ground. You look on that girl as a daughter and a mistress. That can't be healthy.
You're deliberately misreading the relationship.
Oh, no, I'm not. What I want is clarification, and that's something you're just evading.
I'm not evading anything. I haven't reached the final chapter yet.
Oh, I see. I'm all ears.
Right then. About 4 years after the incident of the stolen silver, it would be a Saturday in Trinity, and I was still in residence. I drove out to Woodstock. An auction of the contents of some old family home had been advertised. I'd bought a catalogue and found a couple of things I was interested in. The auction took place in what must have been the drawing room. It was large and it was packed. I suppose most of the people there were dealers, but there were a few obvious punters like me. And what I was really after was a bust of Jonathan Swift.
Bit out of your bailiwick, isn't he?
I'll call it impulse. Anyway, the bidding began, and after a short time there were only 2 people left in the running, myself and a woman I was unable to see because of the crush in the room and all the furniture. She took me far past what I'd originally set as my limit, and then she dropped out. The bust was mine. Shortly afterwards, when most of the good lots had gone, quite a few people left, and I was able to see my erstwhile competitor. It was Elaine.
You could knock me down with a feather.
Well, I collared her outside in the drive. She was neither flustered nor embarrassed. She was looking rather beautiful and very composed. She said that the meeting called for a celebration, would you believe it? She was staying at the Bear in Woodstock, and would I meet her there for dinner?
You didn't fall for that one.
Well, I wanted some assurance that she'd turn up. She smiled, a little wryly, and told me she could hardly blame me. Then she took off her wrist a very expensive and beautifully designed antique gold bracelet. There, Matthew, she said. If I'm not in the bar by 7:30, you can keep that.
Didn't I say she was sly?
But would she be there?
Was it really antique and gold and very expensive?
I'm a scholar, Neville. I like to get the facts right.
Then she was there.
She was there, and she'd arranged things with style. A bottle of good champagne waiting for us on ice in a discreet corner of the room.
Well, Matthew, it's lovely to see you again.
You sure?
You're my oldest friend.
What about the Ludlams?
My oldest adult friend.
Oh, you're back on form again.
Things have been much worse.
Yes. Where is the life that late I led, say they? Why, here it is. Welcome these pleasant days.
One of the ancient Greeks?
No, the ancient pistol.
You always were too clever for me.
Rubbish. I like your choice of champagne. Now, what's become of my silver? And if you say you're glad I asked you that, I'll knock your head off.
I was desperate when I took it.
Oh, yeah?
I'd had everything once, and we lost it when Daddy crashed. I thought I had everything again in Cyprus until the invasion. Then I lost out a second time. It's not very funny to lose everything twice within 8 years.
Well, I realize that, being your oldest adult friend. Otherwise, the police would have been on your back double quick. But why didn't you ask me for help? I'd have given you money.
I was too ashamed to ask for money.
But not too ashamed to steal from a friend. What kind of chopped logic's that?
You don't think logically when you're in the mess I was in.
You knew that I cared for you. Or at least cared about you.
But you've never wanted me, have you?
Well, how do you know?
Things like that, you just know.
I see.
If you'd wanted me, instead of regarding me as a tiresome social interlude, then I'd have asked, anything.
Oh, you would?
I know nature's bachelors when I see them. You're one. And I realized too late that Richard was another.
You presume a great deal more knowledge of the world than your experience gives you any right to.
You could never stand the disorderliness of a male-female relationship. You've had life on your own terms all your life. And anyway, I'm too young for you, and I always would be. And you know what I mean by young.
Well, I can see you're having a heyday with some fantasy of your own. And I still want to know about my silver.
Matthew, if I'd accepted money from you and the nice Greek dinner, you'd have insisted on my going through with a magistrate's trial, and everything about me would have come out. I couldn't stand the idea of that. A nice, dishonest blazer would have been far more welcome. I'm sorry. I went back to London. Where else could I go? Richard, poor love, very generously gave me a small allowance. I took a tiny flat in Pimlico. Eventually, by all kinds of jiggery-pokery that you'd rather not hear, I managed to get a store in Petticoat Lane.
With my centrepiece of silver to dazzle the customer.
It did make me look very upmarket. But I didn't sell the pieces, not for ages. And when I did, the proceeds went to a sharp solicitor who managed to extract a once-for-all cash settlement from Richard in return for a tidy divorce. With that, I began to build up my business. Then Blazer turned up.
Absolutely on cue. Matthew, old lad, it's been too long between drinks.
Blazer, for heaven's sake.
The chap allowed some of the celebration bubble.
Yes, allow me.
Cheers. Well, Matt, don't you agree my wife looks absolutely radiant?
Your wife? Well, we hadn't got as far as that. When did all this happen?
After the legacy.
The legacy? Well, there really was a legacy.
You chaps would never take it seriously, would you?
Well, can you blame it?
Actually, no. There it was. Larger than even I could have expected. Enough to set up yours truly and the little lady on relatively easy street.
This beats the band, it really does.
Doesn't it, though? So now Elaine has her camp little business in Wigmore Street, and young Blazer's at last indulging his lifelong interest in politics.
Politics? Oh, Blazer, you've gone right over the top.
You don't understand. Blazer can be very persistent once he puts his mind to it. He's been offered a very safe seat in a North London constituency, and you should see him with his party workers. I can't entirely believe it myself.
And what party would that be, Blazer?
Oh, Labour every time, old lad. Didn't you spot the red tie?
You have been adopted by the Labour Party as official candidate? Labour?
Well, of course. I've been down and out of that. I've seen life at the bottom and from the bottom. Which meant the local agent was more than appreciative when I socked him with a substantial contribution to public funds. Here was a chap prepared to back what he believed. My God. And I'll tell you this, old squire. If I'm not in Westminster after the next election, I'll give all I have to the poor. Apart from our parrot in Barbados.
So you're sitting pretty. I'm delighted.
That tone of voice means the exact opposite.
Well, I was wondering how much the sale of my silver realized, and why neither of you saw fit post-legacy to reimburse me for my involuntary contribution to the Povey Fund.
Do you know, lad, it simply slipped our memories. Good Lord, of course you must have reimbursement.
But the silver gone forever.
I'm afraid so.
Well, never mind. I hope the lucky owner's deriving the same pleasure from it that the Forgans did for 5 or 6 generations.
You've taken this jolly sportingly, Matt. But I must insist on giving you a check.
No, I have a much better idea. I have in my possession an extremely valuable gold bracelet, which I'm sure was worth a good deal to you.
Yes, I was just going to ask for it.
And I promise you this. If Blazer does succeed in topping the poll, we'll both have the satisfaction of knowing that I'll be celebrating his victory by selling the bracelet and giving all the proceeds to the poor.
They really are an extraordinary couple of people. But do you believe this marriage will last?
Oh, I think so. They suit each other perfectly. Blazer was always immoral, and Elaine's early misadventures have made her amoral. They not only suit each other, they deserve each other.
What I can't get over is Blazer embracing the Labour cause. Of all the cynical, self-seeking...
Well, as we both know all too well, when Blazer sets his mind to a caper, he's very thorough about it. Now he has money, he's looking for power. Oh, I'm sure he doesn't give a damn which political party he hitches his wagon to. He's capable of crossing the floor a dozen times with all the charm in the world and of getting away with it.
Well, now you've run them to earth, will you make any attempt to keep up with them?
Well, there'll be no need for that, because I'm certain our paths are too crossed by now to separate completely. In 2 years or 5, there'll be a telephone call or a knock at the door, and I'll be into a whole new imbroglio.
Oh, really? I'd have thought you'd be glad to wash your hands of them.
Well, as a matter of fact, I find it all rather refreshing. I lead a pretty sedentary life. Always shall. Shielded, indeed, from virtually everything I dislike or find tedious. People like us sit on the sidelines and we watch the varying fortunes of the players. Then something happens to connect us with the players. A ball within our reach, a smile across the grass, and we're involved. There's no escaping that involvement. We're dragged in on the game, for better or worse.
In Elaine's game, certainly for worse.
Oh, yes. You see, that day outside the auction, what really angered me was Elaine's twofold insolence. The first, that despite falling on her financial feet, she made no attempt to repay me for the silver she pinched. And second, that gesture of handing me something enormously expensive just to prove she was in the money and to indicate, I'm certain, that she knew her good old reliable Dobbin Forgan was not a man to levant with her property. So, I wanted to give her something to think about every time she dresses. But there's a missing piece from her private collection. And there it is. Pretty little bauble, isn't it?
It's magnificent. Must be worth a fortune. Are you really going to keep it?
I shall carry out my promise. If Blazer becomes a member of Parliament, that bracelet will be sold and the proceeds will go to a sound charity.
But if he fails to get the seat?
Well, then, I shall give the proceeds to the Conservative Party. In Blazer's name, of course.
That play can be heard again on Monday afternoon, just after 3. Our play tomorrow afternoon is a love story set in the glamorous world of high society after the end of the First World War. It's a dramatisation of Michael Arlen's novel Piracy. That's tomorrow at 2:30. In a quarter of an hour at 10:15, the life and poetry of Thomas Hood is the subject of Breast High Amid the Corn. Now the weather forecast for tomorrow. Scotland will have outbreaks of rain or drizzle, although some northern parts will be dry at first. England, Wales and Northern Ireland will be rather cloudy, although a few bright or sunny intervals are expected. Many places will be dry, but some rain is likely in northern and eastern counties of England in the morning. It will be very mild, though rather cold at first in northern Scotland. And the outlook for Monday and Tuesday, staying mild. Some rain or drizzle in the north and west, but mostly dry in central and eastern England. And that's the weather. Radio 4.
BBC News at 10 o'clock. This is Pauline Bushnell. Some of the martial law restrictions in Poland are being lifted. Warsaw Radio has announced that it will be easier to hold public gatherings and to make telephone calls within Poland. There have been demonstrations in many countries in support of the people of Poland. The Russians say the woman hunger striker moved to hospital from the American embassy in Moscow has been taking food. Stanley Holloway, comedian, character actor and master of the monologue, has died. Workers at the DeLorean car factory in Northern Ireland have been given details of the company's redundancy plans. The authorities in Poland said tonight that they were lifting some of the martial law regulations imposed 7 weeks ago. According to Warsaw Radio, restrictions on public gatherings, including entertainment and sporting events, are to be reduced, and communications within the country will become easier. For example, internal telephone links will be restored temporarily from February the 10th, though conversations will be monitored. Some regional newspapers and radio stations will be allowed to operate again. Here's Frank Smith of our Foreign News staff.
Although the more draconian measures introduced under martial law will remain in force, the fact that some restrictions are to be lifted can be taken as a carrot dangled by the authorities in front of the Polish people. But with the carrot, there's also the stick. Telephone communication is to be temporarily restored between all towns in the country, but these calls will be through the operator and will be monitored. The inference is that the restoration will depend on the result of the monitoring. Telegrams will also be accepted, but will continue to be subject to censorship. The easing of these restrictions, as Warsaw Radio puts it, relates to the private lives of Poles. Among other things, people will now be able to get married and hold family gatherings without obtaining permission from the authorities. Also, meetings called by parish elders will no longer require permits, but other gatherings such as general meetings, conferences, lectures, demonstrations and marches will still have to be authorized. They will, in other words, remain banned.
Rallies and marches have been staged in many countries to show support for the people of Poland and for the independent trade union Solidarity, outlawed under the martial law regulations. In the United States, there have been demonstrations in a dozen cities. The Secretary of State, Mr. Alexander Haig, is due to speak at a rally in Chicago tonight, where there's a large Polish community. There have been demonstrations, too, in Canada and Australia, and in Tokyo, Vienna and Brussels. There were more than 100 rallies and marches in West Germany, where Chancellor Schmidt, in a telegram to the Trade Union Federation, repeated the government's demand for an end to martial law in Poland. In Britain, a Solidarity representative who left Poland last year addressed a rally of 3,000 people in Nottingham, while in London, several hundred supporters of the Polish Solidarity campaign marched to the Polish embassy to keep a candlelight vigil. Earlier, they'd heard speeches by MPs, trade union officials and leaders of the Polish community in Britain calling for an end to martial law. One of the speakers, the Labour MP and Shadow Minister Mr. Peter Shaw, suggested that Britain and other Western countries should impose trade sanctions to try to get the restrictions lifted, a point he elaborated on later.
Quite obviously, the fact that not only Poland but the Soviet Union is dependent on the West for a great number of things, including the purchase of essential food supplies, the purchase of technology, the purchase of goods of all kinds. That gives the West a bargaining position and a position of leverage which, if it's used intelligently, may help to bring about many of the results that we want.
Mr. Peter Shaw. The Soviet press has again attacked the United States government over its support for the television spectacular on Poland to be broadcast tomorrow. TASS, the official news agency, describing President Reagan as a former actor, said he had decided to stage cheap shows in Hollywood's best tradition, that is, boisterous and vociferous spectaculars with as little meaning as possible.
You have been listening to Welcome These Pleasant Days, and I cannot help thinking how strange it is that men must lose their kingdoms before they find their souls. The modern world is full of magnificent ruins that were never built of stone, empires of finance, towers of ambition, temples of success, all raised higher than Babel and fallen just as quietly. Yet, when the dust has settled, we discover that the human heart is still beating somewhere beneath the rubble. There is a kind of mercy in collapse. It reminds us that the universe is not managed by accountants, nor governed by quarterly returns. A company may fail, a fortune may vanish, but the laughter of man, the absurd, indestructible joy of being alive remains untaxed and undefeated. And that, perhaps, is the point of such a play, that our pleasant days are not the ones filled with comfort or control, but the days when we remember that life itself is a gift, and every failure an invitation to humility and to hope. This has been Welcome These Pleasant Days on Chesterton Radio, where the folly of man and the mercy of God often meet in the most unexpected places.
Saturday Night Theatre. We present The Murder of Walter Raleigh by Ian Cullen, with Bernard Archard as Sir Walter. The Murder of Walter Raleigh.
Jeez, you, it's hot.
Aye. The sun not full up yet.
How far now to the mine, Captain?
Once we pass St. Tome, 12 miles. Keep them still, Master Watt. The town's close by.
Right, Captain. Quiet! Keep the animals still. Drive the colonists down on us. Quiet there. Who'd want to live in a hellhole like this?
Spaniards are used to hell, mister. It's their natural home.
Well, I wish Sir Walter were here.
And I. See, I'll lead a score of ships and never think to worry. But here, on land, with the sea out of smelling, I need to be led.
All quiet, Captain. Will there really be gold at your father's mine, Master Watt? Aye, if my father says it.
There's gold enough for the taking if the Spaniards haven't found the mine. Ambush! Take cover!
Pikemen! Ready! Spanish militia! A trap! Follow me, lads!
What? Come back!
On my heart!
Follow him! Englishmen! Attack!
I should have gone with them. Is there no news?
Just the guns, Sir Walter.
Send Will Cecil to me.
Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, God, help me to get through this day. The Spaniards are broken, Captain.
Master Watt?
Dead, sir. He died on the first charge with 12 pike wounds.
Burn St. Tome to the ground. Leave only the church. We'll bury him at the altar.
Right, Captain.
Captain Keynes! Where are you, Captain?
Here.
Well?
We found these papers, sir, in the town hall.
Yes, yes.
The lieutenant said to find you at once, sir.
Here, give them to me. You have your orders?
Yes, sir.
I'll report to Sir Walter. God help me.
You must rest, sir. You've been very ill. Rest? While my men are dying? Who's that? Someone coming from the forest. Wounded. It's Keynes. Has he help? Yes, sir. Bring him straight to me. Yes, sir.
Is Captain Keynes, Master Cecil, and wounded?
Keynes! For the Lord's sake, what's happened?
It was a trap, Master Cecil. They were waiting near the gold mine, hundreds of them, and with cannon.
But how did they get...
We were ambushed, without warning. 14 men fell at the first assault. We had but a few muskets. What can pikemen do against cannon?
And my son, Captain. Sir Walter, you should be abed. Is my son safe? Is what dead, Captain?
He was the first to fall.
How did he die?
A hero's death, sir. Single-handed, he broke the Spanish line. But before the Spaniards fled, 100 of our Englishmen lay murdered.
What can I say to my wife? Oh, my poor Bess.
We chased them back to St. Thome. With their own cannon, captured their town.
Did you continue to the mine?
Well, that was my intention, sir, but one of the soldiers was in the governor's house.
Looting?
They were angry, sir, and out of my control. He found these papers.
What papers?
The inventory of your fleet, which you drew up yourself and gave to Lord Cecil. And dispatches from Gondomar to the Spanish king written before we sailed. The complete plan of our voyage, our route and watering places, the exact location of your gold mine and every detail of our strength.
Let me see.
I was near despair of the loss of so many men. And, Master Watt, the Spaniards were rallying to attack again. We had little hope to regain the ships. No hope, nor point in continuing to the mine.
Then what did you do, Captain?
I was angry, sir, and betrayed.
What did you do?
We sacked the town. Except only the church, where I buried young Watt at the altar. We stole all their tobacco stores.
Why did you break orders, Captain? You were told to avoid St. Thome and conflict at any cost. Yet you immediately engaged in a pitched battle, looting and burning Spanish property. You return without 1 ounce of gold and with a useless cargo of tobacco. If I land at Plymouth with tobacco, the king will have my head. You tell me that my son is dead. Well, I'd rather lose 100 sons than be accused of having escaped from the tower by a lie. The gold mine is there. By your traitorous actions, you had made your venture desperate, but you had no cause save cowardice to abandon it.
You cannot be accused when you show those papers. You were betrayed.
By you, Captain. Can I accuse the king?
My wounds need care, sir.
Oh, get away and bind them, Captain.
I hope that I can yet give you cause to love me, sir.
You will give marvelous satisfaction to my enemies.
Help the captain there.
Aye, aye, sir.
Sir Walter, will you return to your cabin?
Aye. Hopefully to die. Oh, would I'd never left the safety of the tower. Never heard of this accursed expedition.
Why did you come, sir?
'Twas Henry's wish. He engineered the voyage to keep me out of prison.
Prince Henry?
My only friend at court. He brought the news of my release, my 12th year in the tower. We were playing chess, the prince and I, with Watt advising. The prince played badly, but then he was impatient with his news.
There now, my prince. You have him. Where? How? The Queen's move. There? Of course. Check, father.
You were ever a poor counsellor, Watt. Check, my prince and mate.
You are too cunning, Sir Walter. When I am king, I shall make you captain of my fleet and send you far away where you can do no harm.
Oh, a poor policy, my prince. Keep your honest simpletons at home. Send your knaves away.
If that is true, Sir Walter, you speak against yourself.
How's that? How's that? Your father has kept me mewed up in the tower these 12 years past. By my theory, that proves me honest.
And simple.
Honesty and simplicity keep me alive. That's all I ask.
Is it really all?
All that I dare hope for.
You have our leave to hope for more. You will be free by Christmas.
Free?
By Christmas or before.
I beg you not to jest, my prince.
Oh, Sir Walter, you have so many friends, and how they've worked to save you. And don't think you'll be kept idle. The Spaniards stir up trouble in the colonies while they sue for peace at home.
Peace on what terms?
Your head is the thing they seek most.
For 12 years my head's been banded like a ball in a cup, yet it stays firmly set on my shoulders.
And by God's grace will stay there forever now.
cannot believe the king will set me free.
Believe it when my father sends for you, because he surely will.
Well, well, Sir Walter Raleigh. It's good to see you in health.
Your Majesty is too generous.
Aye, well, that's as may be. My Lord Cecil here will get down to the business on hand.
Thank you, sire. Walter, some years ago you claimed to have found a gold mine of fabulous wealth in the then English colony of Guyana.
I did find it.
Of course. Well, England needs that gold. The purse is empty. Will you undertake the journey?
But Guyana is no longer an English colony.
Alas, no.
What would I command?
14 ships, 1,100 men, already shipped and awaiting you in Plymouth. You may trade en route, but you must find the gold and return to England within 2 years.
You understand, Raleigh, this is not an expedition against Spain. She is our ally now.
Your Majesty, I am an old man.
Nonsense. You're but 10 years older than Cecil here. You're out of condition, that's all.
Is there no one else?
We wish you to lead the expedition, Sir Walter. None other.
Will you serve the king?
Forgive my doubt, sire. I'm overwhelmed by this sudden change in my fortunes.
Good. Now to details. You must set down the details of your route, your landfalls, and estimated dates of arrival at each. Also, the whereabouts of your gold mine. With a map, of course, and details of any inland expedition you may mount in the colonies.
Will that be necessary, or wise?
For our eyes only, Walter. A precaution against misadventure.
I understand, Robert.
And you must undertake to further the peace with Spain. You'll appreciate that.
If it is your wish, sire.
Have you told him, Father?
The whisht, Henry, I'm about it. It's not a mere whim, Raleigh. We command on pain of death to avoid any clash with Spanish forces by land or by sea.
But if we are attacked...
If you are attacked, it will be by a bunch of ignorant colonists, not aware yet of our truce with Spain. You will not stand, but run.
From Spaniards?
Silence, sir. Your past mistress, Elizabeth Tudor, may have condoned your piracies, Raleigh, but I will have no part of such wickedness.
Does this royal commission mean that I'm to be pardoned for my past offences, sire?
This is not the time to discuss your pardon, Sir Walter. The king's mercy is not infinite. Be satisfied with what you have.
What is it, Will? Oh, I think I was dreaming.
I'll find out, sir. Well?
Oh, it's Captain Keane's, Master Cecil. He...
Out with it, man.
He's shot himself, sir. The first ball but wounded him, and so he fired again.
Is he dead?
Oh, he could never bear your anger, sir.
And so leaves me alone to face the kings. Bury him ashore. We'll sail on the tide.
I'll see to it, sir. You must rest.
Rest. Dear Father, oh, help me to die quickly. Oh, give me the courage to face Bess with the news of our son, Wat. Forgive my weakness and my anger. Take Wat to your heart, who died despising me. Help him to understand.
I don't understand you, Father. 36 of our men in clear sight, tied back to back. Why will you not rescue them?
I must obey the king's commands, in everything.
Then let me take a shore party. 10 men will do.
No, the Spaniards are seeking to provoke me into an attack. They were expecting us to water here, waiting.
How long can our men stand it, sir? They'll go mad in that heat without shelter.
Aye, Captain, but they won't find shelter until we sail. Give the orders.
And leave them to the Spanish galleys?
It's that or stay and watch them broiled alive in this damned heat. I cannot aid them without bloodshed. Give the order, Captain.
Aye, aye, sir.
Look, Father! The Spaniards are out from the trees. They've seen us preparing to leave.
Aye, we've cheated them of their real prey, Wat. You must believe that. Those men are not colonists, they're Marines. landed there to await us, as at every other landfall.
Father! They're killing our men! Butchering them!
Oh, have mercy!
We must turn back!
It's too late!
Not for vengeance! Father, turn back!
I cannot! It would be a crime against the peace!
King James' own book calls for an eye and a tooth for a tooth!
Those butchers will have justice, I swear it!
You will beg for justice as the king has begged for peace!
Peace and justice must rule the world, they must!
I wish I were commander here. I'd show the Spaniards justice. Then they would beg for peace like in Elizabeth's time.
I'll not have that wretched woman dragged from her grave and hurled into my teeth.
I wish she could be waked to hurl into the teeth of Spain. Then they would know the lion was alive again and we would be in safer state.
Sir? Sir Walter?
Yes. Yes, Master Will.
The tobacco is all loaded.
Good.
What is our destination, sir?
Why, England, of course.
Is that wise, sir? Will you be safe in England?
I've no choice, Will.
Turn pirate, sir. The men are willing. Revenge yourself and Watt and Captain Keynes and all those others. We can do it.
And justify the king? Make myself a traitor? No, Will. No. My home is in England, despite the King of England being my enemy.
Why does he hate you, Sir Walter?
If I'd hearkened to your father, I might have won his love. But I was a stubborn, proud man.
I've often heard him say it. But what was his advice?
He warned me of my danger, urged me to make my peace with the new king.
Then why didn't you?
Oh, well, I'm an old man now, Will. I'm tired. When the Queen died, I was in my prime. A hero, a courtier, wealthy. I was arrogant, vain, glorious, and I thought unassailable. Why should I pander to any man, even a king, whom I'd never wronged?
I can't believe you were all those things.
15 years ago, they weren't vices, Will. All England under Queen Bess was arrogant, vain, glorious, and unassailable. We feared nothing, not even the new king from Scotland. Your father was wary and gave good reasons. But at the time, no one listened to him, least of all me. I remember his answer when I laughed at him and said I wasn't afraid.
But James is afraid, Walter. Afraid of all the men Elizabeth made great. He's a misshapen little man and a coward, but not a fool. Your fine looks, achievements, and popularity will condemn you in his eyes as surely as they recommended you to Elizabeth.
Nonsense, Robert. James is my new king, and I look forward to meeting him, serving him. He'll soon realize his good fortune.
He'll never believe you, Walter.
Why, then the loss will be his own, not mine.
Your pride will trip you, Walter. These Stuarts are foxes.
But you are the chief fox, Robert. No Stuart will beat a Cecil.
I am journeying to Berwick to meet James on his progress to London. I beg you to accompany me, Walter.
If I must crawl to Berwick to gain his favour, I'll endure without it.
He is already against you.
If that's the case, then a journey to Guyana would be too brief for me to make my peace. Now you go, Robert, and sweeten him towards me.
At least join us before we reach London.
Perhaps. At Oxford. Safe journey, Robert.
These people hate me, Cecil.
They don't know you, sire.
Where are we now?
Approaching Oxford, sire.
They're a hostile crowd. An English crowd.
Naturally, sire.
They've been turned against me. You've plenty of guards.
Of course, sire.
There'll be assassins in that crowd, Cecil.
I'm sure not, sire. You have nothing to fear. There, your majesty. Being a stranger to them, you were not at once identified.
It's not their king they call for, Cecil.
Sir Walter is most popular in these parts, sire.
So it would appear. Stop the coach! Open the door, if you think it's safe, or are we being met by murderers?
Sir Walter Raleigh is as loyal a subject as your majesty will find in England.
For what that's worth. Well, the door.
Good morning, Robert. Your Majesty, welcome to London.
I'm not there yet.
From Oxford, the whole route is lined with cheering subjects. Your journey will be but brief.
Cheering for who, man? I hear more cries for Raleigh than for James.
Your Majesty, may I present Sir Walter Raleigh, Captain of the Royal Guard.
Raleigh. Aye, and Raleigh have I heard of you, man. And where was the captain of my guard at the border?
Making London secure for you, sire.
I wonder. And was it you bribed yon cheerers to humiliate me?
If I have bribed them, sire, 'tis with my blood, spent freely for them over 30 years or more. Perhaps your Majesty would have fared better had you fought for the English throne.
How's that? What do you mean?
Only that you might now know your friends from your enemies.
I think I do, Raleigh. Dinna fret for me. Drive on, Cecil.
Very well, sire.
Not have that man about me. He's a traitor.
I assure your Majesty.
The man hates the Stuarts.
He loved Elizabeth, sire, but that's a different matter.
And what of you?
Sire?
Does Elizabeth hold your heart, Cecil?
My duty and loyalty lies entirely with you, sire.
Then do as you're bid. I'll not have that man captain of my guard. I'll not have him at court. You're to find proofs that will rid me of him. You understand me?
Yes, sire.
I want him dead. But I want it legal. I'll not have him made a martyr. See to it, Cecil. Soon.
Enter.
Sir Walter Raleigh, my lord. By appointment.
Come in, Walter. Come in.
You sent for me, Robert?
Yes. Yes, I did.
It's always a pleasure when you can spare me a few moments. You've been kept busy dancing attendance on the new master, I take it.
Don't be huffed, Walter.
I'm not huffed, Cecil. I'm damnably insulted.
So was the king by your efforts at Oxford.
Then the more fool him.
He has commanded me to dismiss you from your appointments at court.
Oh? Of my captaincy?
Especially your post as captain of the guard.
But it's a sinecure, Robert. Granted me for life.
By Elizabeth. Her life has ended. His Majesty requires a more active captain, someone he feels he can trust.
Another Scotsman, I suppose.
His Majesty also commands that you be dismissed from the Privy Council and that you resign all military and naval commissions.
Until he needs his defences again.
The country is embarked on a policy of peace. You are already an embarrassment in our negotiations.
So, the great days are over, are they, Robert?
For you? I'm sorry, Walter. But your family will be delighted.
Oh, why?
You must leave London. You're not safe here any longer. Retire to Sherborne.
Is that also a command?
No. Just James, vindictive as he is towards you, may leave well alone if you're out of sight.
So, I rot in the country.
Oh, come now, it's not so bad. You love Sherborne. You always talked of retiring there.
But not yet. I've years of service in me.
Then serve your wife, serve your son, and serve yourself, for you'll not serve James.
Very well, Robert. And I take it as a mark of your continuing affection that you choose us to house the boy.
Trust me, Walter. I'll do what I can to soften the king. In the meantime, be happy at Sherborne.
I wish I were a sorceress.
Why, Bess?
I would enchant you and make you contented.
I am content.
Nonsense. You're in exile here at Sherborne, and I'm your jailer.
Sherborne is my El Dorado. I love it here.
Soon you will be in favor again at court. They cannot do without you.
They cannot nor will not do with me.
The new king is frightened and jealous. Lord Cecil will soon calm him.
Aye, Cecil is a true friend. My only friend at court. But much too busy about his own affairs to further mine.
Lord Copley and Lord Brooke have both confessed under persuasion to a treasonous alliance with Spain and to a plot to murder your Majesty. These confessions are signed and witnessed and implicate the following: Lord Parham, Lord Brooksby, Lord Cobham, and the priests Watson and Clark.
But not Raleigh.
No, sire.
These others are all minor men, mind-dominated by that Devon sorcerer. They must accuse Raleigh.
Lord Cobham is Raleigh's great friend. If he were to accuse Raleigh, it would carry weight.
Then see to it. Stretch him until he snaps.
He'll be needed at the trial, in good condition.
What trial?
Raleigh must have a public trial and be faced by his accuser.
Will Cobham do that?
We will find a way. With no strong witness against him, Raleigh will go free.
Witness! The whole world knows that Raleigh hates me, mocks me. He's a traitor in thought, if not in deed.
He cannot be condemned for his thoughts, sire. The people will not have it.
Damned English care more for Raleigh than they do for their king. Is he in London yet?
He will come. I've written to him most pleadingly.
You've great faith in him.
Raleigh has many faults, sire, but he is loyal to his friends.
Though not to his king, it would seem. Is Cobham arrested?
Not yet, sire. Once the head is in the Tower, the tail may wag more freely.
Aye, very wise. And the deeds that Raleigh drew up to make Sherborne secure for his heirs, have you examined them?
They appear to be in order, sire.
There must be a fault.
I am not a lawyer, sire. I have given the deeds to Sir Edward Cook. If there is a fault, I will trust him to find it.
I must have Sherborne.
The heirs of a traitor are not difficult to dispossess.
I want it legal, Cecil. No repercussions.
Once Raleigh is in the Tower, everything becomes possible.
When, Cecil? How soon?
A day or two. I sent a swift messenger.
Who?
Raleigh's old captain, Keames. They've not met for years. Raleigh will come.
And you did go, sir?
Don't you remember, Will? You were with us at Sherborne when the letters arrived.
But you knew it was a trap.
We suspected, Will. Bess was afraid. Well, I was afraid myself. But it was your father wrote.
But why? Do you think he knew?
Even he was afraid at that time.
Of what?
Your family were, and are, one of the most powerful and wealthy in the land. If your father lost James's trust, the wealth, the power, the great houses, your inheritance, Will, would all be lost with that trust.
So you think my father betrayed you for that?
At that time, no. But now, these papers, Will, from St. Thome, they're in your father's own hand. Exact copies of the instructions of our voyage.
How do you know it is my father's hand?
Look for yourself. Even the signature. He was confident of my death. Those letters were in Spain before we left Plymouth, Will.
Even if these are not forgeries, sir, they cannot save you if you go back to England.
I have no choice but to try.
If you succeed, my father is the traitor.
And I will succeed. These papers will free me once they're made public. I'm confident.
You were confident when you left Sherborne despite all pleading and went to London.
16 years ago. And like the king, I still did not know my friends from my enemies. Your father questioned me all day, in a friendly manner, but the clues were there for me, had my eyes been open.
Markham, Brooke, and these priests, I'll agree it's possible. But as for Cobham, you know as well as I do, Robert, the man's a fool, but he's no traitor.
You've heard him yourself railing against the Stuarts. Indeed, you've joined with him.
But long ago. James was in Scotland. Queen Bess was alive. Decrying the Stuarts was not treason, but speculation. At that time, good politics.
Brooke, Copley, and these others moved from speculation to conspiracy. They admit traffic with Spain.
For money. How could they hope to succeed?
If traitors thought to be caught, there'd be none. They intended to succeed and kill the king.
The king's afraid of his shadow.
He is afraid of you.
Is it true that he hopes for an alliance with Spain?
We must have an alliance, Walter. These continuing wars have emptied the treasury. Trade with Europe and with the colonies is at a standstill. James wants peace and the rule of law, and intends to have it.
By marrying Prince Henry off to the Spanish Infanta.
You're well informed.
The man's mad, I tell you. Everyone knows that two religions will not lie side by side in one bed.
It is your duty to support your king in all his hopes, not to deride and insult him.
Don't be stiff, Robert. I only share my opinions with my friends.
Lord Cobham, we have letters from you urging Cobham to visit Spain.
So? The war was over. We needed news of what the Spaniards were up to.
It was not your place to seek that news.
It was before James dismissed me from the Privy Council.
The letters are undated.
Then they may go back to the old Queen's time. There's no danger there.
Then what of this? I quote Walter. As Walter is my friend, I will obey him, but his schemes confound me. I wish that he would leave me alone.
Who wrote that?
Cobham, to his brother.
When?
Again, no date. Conspirators are careful.
Conspirators? What are you saying, Robert?
Sir Walter Raleigh, I have been ordered to arrest you and hold you for trial on the charges of conspiracy to commit treason and treason.
You cannot arrest me. You have no cause.
The king has good cause for all his actions. You must learn that, Walter. Guard, escort Sir Walter to Bodley House and detain him there.
Your swords, eh? If ever you did love me, Robert, which I cannot doubt, look to Bess and the boy for me. Keep them safe.
I will do all I can.
I am afraid now, Robert. Too late. Who is it this time?
It's me, sir. George Harvey.
Ah, welcome, George. My only friend.
Without, alas, the power to help you.
The news you bring is help enough, George. Oh, God knows it's mostly bad. But these last months, while they prepare their evidence with the cold and the damp and the endless interrogations, I should have gone mad without your gossip.
My father has consented that you shall have a fire, Sir Walter.
Oh, God bless the Lord Lieutenant of the Tower. Then where is it, George? Bring it in. Bring it in.
In here. Right, sir. I took the liberty of bringing it myself.
Oh, you're a good friend, George. It would suit the king admirably if I were to die here, ague or the plague. Now, what news?
Rumour has it that the king has given Sherborne to young Robbie Carr. They say that his men are already plundering the estate.
Oh, Bess, keep safe. And what else?
Sir Edward Cook is here again today.
I know. Each time they question me, they're amazed that I give nothing away. Cook insists I'm calling on Satan to give me cunning.
When he is himself about the devil's work.
Still, those law books you brought me are comforting. I know that I have done nothing that can be construed as treason. Thank you for them.
Oh, it's my duty, sir.
Have you any other news?
Lord Cobham has been shown the rack again, but will not amend his confession to accuse you.
He should never have confessed. The law books all agree that an accused man should keep his own counsel until faced in open court by his accusers.
But a guilty man may expect some mercy if he admits his fault.
Oh, from James Stewart.
Lord Cecil and Sir Edward Cook.
Now we'll go through it all again. You know, George, only an Englishman would have the audacity to offer me a place in heaven if I'd confessed to a crime uncommitted.
Good day, Walter.
Robert.
Still in good spirits, Sir Walter?
I count it a mortal sin to lose heart, Sir Edward.
Then perhaps you will add that sin to your overburdened soul when I tell you that it has been decided, in view of your stubborn refusals to confess, that you must conduct your own defense.
But I'm no lawyer.
You are denied a defending officer.
It states clearly in the common law that any man is entitled to a proper defense.
Don't you see, sir? It's their one hope of a conviction.
Be quiet, George. You know, Sir Edward, you are a monstrously ambitious man. When I see you, I'm reminded of the man I once was myself.
Oh, you were ambitious for England. He's just greedy.
Go, George.
Good advice, Master Harvey.
But no, not another word.
Oh, very well, sir.
He's but a boy, Robert. Well, Sir Edward, your news does not make me despair. I have but one friend in England to whom I would entrust my defence.
What friend is that?
Myself. With you, my enemy, Robert, who else could I trust?
Lord Cobham has amended his confession and names you as his leader.
That is a lie.
True, Walter. He had confessed to a minor plot led by some priests and aimed at the king and his heirs, but now tells of a greater venture led by you and aimed at the state.
There was no such plot.
He swears it before God and his priest.
Then he was more than shown the rack.
Lord Cobham is in good health. This confession sprang voluntarily from a genuine repentance.
He will retract.
No, Walter, he hates you. He was led to believe that you had accused him, and when he heard that, he flew into one of his famous rages and denounced you. All that he said was taken down, and, still raging, Cobham signed it. Unorthodox, but effective.
When he learns that he's been tricked, he will recant.
He is to remain in solitary confinement under close guard until your trial is over.
Then I will write and beg the truth.
No one can communicate with Cobham until he's exposed you for the vile and filthy traitor that you are.
Robert, help me.
My powers are weakened by my love for you, Walter.
Confess and trust in the king's mercy.
Confess to what? Lack of judgment in my choice of friends? Too great a love for England? Too great a hate for Spain?
Leave us, Sir Edward.
I must be present at all interrogations of the prisoner.
If you value your position, obey me.
The king shall hear of this.
Now, Walter, do you accuse me when your stubborn denials have cost me power that I could have used to save you?
Oh, come, Robert, nothing can save me.
I agree, your life is forfeit. But the king has made young Robbie Carr Duke of Rochester and seeks an estate for him.
Sherborne is entailed and made over to my heirs. On my death it goes to what?
Cook has found a flaw in the contract.
Another trick, Robert?
The king has not yet been told of the fault.
Now, Cook is the king's man.
Cook is his own man, and I have struck a bargain on your behalf.
My head for Sherborne. At last I know my own true worth.
Your confession will buy Cook's silence about the fault.
Robert, you're a fool, or you take me to be one. The king will dispossess my heirs after I'm dead, and a confession would justify his theft to the people. That's why the king must have my confession. Believe what you like. I'll not confess. I'll pray for Cobham to retract. Without him, you cannot bring me to trial.
He will not retract.
He would if he were told the truth, Robert.
And betray the king.
So, the truth would be treachery. Robert, persuade James to see me. Perhaps I can move him to reason.
He will never see you, and even if he did, it would achieve nothing. Your flattery and fine looks could ward off Elizabeth's anger, but this king has never loved you as she once did. He remembers that you had his beloved Essex killed. If you wish to please the king, confess. Confess, and your name will live after you. Refuse, die unrepentant, and you will be forgotten. Be advised, Walter. Make Cook your friend. With Cobham to witness against you, there will be no further delay in bringing you to trial. Think hard, Walter. Goodbye. Eavesdropping, Harvey?
I brought his supper, sir.
Your supper, Sir Walter.
Thank you. George, would you prefer to be the son of a confessed traitor and live, or would you prefer to die?
I don't understand, sir.
Would you prefer to be the widow of the most despised man in the land, or the widow of the poorest?
I have found out where Lord Cobham is being held.
Cobham?
He's in the West Tower, heavily guarded.
If I could but get to him, he would recant, I know it. Has he a window, George?
Yes, sir. High up in the tower.
Then if his door is blocked, I must reach in through his window and pluck at his conscience that way. Could you throw a letter in through that high window?
I think so, sir, if it were weighted.
Would you try? My old friends are all gone, and I must use my new ones. I can offer no reward, and would not ask it of you, but that others are in danger. Would you do it?
Write your letter, sir. It'll reach Lord Cobham if I must climb the tower to do it.
And did it reach Cobham?
Oh, yes, well, George was a faithful messenger.
And did Cobham retract?
He did. I journeyed to Winchester with his letter against my heart, my armour.
Winchester? Why Winchester?
The king reasoned I'd have no friends at Winchester. He needn't have bothered, Will. I'd no friends anywhere. The journey proved that. To judge by that journey, I was the most hated man in England. Every hamlet and village turned out to jeer at me as I passed.
They knew you were coming?
Oh, yes. It was a rude shock for me, Will. I thought the people loved me. They were the worst hours of my life, and I paid the price of pride.
What happened at Winchester?
Oh, well, they were all there. Your father, Cook, Lord Chief Justice Popham, and the king up in his hidey-hole.
What hidey-hole?
A little secret room overlooking the courthouse, with a peephole. Elizabeth had it built. I've watched many a poor wretch in the dock from that room myself. We thought it sport then.
And the king was hiding there?
With Robbie Carr for company. And of course the whole court, including the jury, knew it.
And what happened at the trial?
Well, I waited to be called. Guarded, of course, while the jury was sworn in. I was quite confident. Armed with Cobham's retraction and my own innocence. I even thought I might win.
Is everyone here who should be here, Sir Robert?
Not yet, Popham. Sir Edward is with the king.
Then we are proceeding with the case?
Do you think we travelled from London to Winchester in order to dismiss the charges?
Sergeant Heel, may we have order, please?
Pray silence for the King's Lord Chief Justice.
We are met today to hear the case of Crown against Sir Walter Raleigh.
Shame!
Bring in the prisoner, Sergeant Heel.
Bring in the prisoner.
Ah, Cook. I understood that you were with the king.
My apologies, Lord Chief Justice. Until a moment ago I was.
I had feared that removing these proceedings to Winchester would rob us of a royal audience. But here comes the villain, Raleigh.
Silence! Silence! Silence!
Are you Sir Walter Raleigh, late of Sherborne, and now by order of King James lodged in the Tower of London?
I am.
And do you owe your allegiance to the Crown of England?
I do.
Sir Walter Raleigh, you stand before us on a most vile and horrible charge. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
With respect, my lord, I cannot plead until I have heard the charges.
You know the charge. You are a traitor.
Am I then convicted already?
Liberty will not help you today. Make your plea.
My lord, I am no lawyer and am denied the use of one. But if you will not name me on a specific and legal charge, I must ask you to allow me to quit this place.
All in good time. Do you see the jury?
Yes, my lord.
Will you accept them?
Yes.
You challenge none?
I know my own innocence, and I hope them all to be honest and Christian men.
Very well. Sergeant Heal will now read out the charges.
Sir Walter Raleigh, you are here before this court to give answer to the following. First, that you have conspired with others to kill your king and raise rebellion in the land, with the intent to change the religion of your country to Spanish popery and to subvert your government. Second, you are charged with listening to Spanish brides. Are you guilty or not?
Not guilty.
Then Sir Edward Cook, the Attorney General, will open for the prosecution.
Where does Ada's mother live? Do you know, Jessie?
Jessie doesn't know. Jessie doesn't know anything. I do. It's a pleasant enough cottage, but in the back of beyond. She's going to take me there one time. Can I lick the spoon when you finish that, Cook? I'm the first handmaiden ever to see the collection. Not to go there. They've all been there. But to see the collection.
Oh, well, that'll be nice.
What's a handmaiden when it's his own?
Oh, nothing really. Just something.
Round and round, regular. That's it.
Draws the tide, so shall thy shining light bring radiance to this Flora Mary Carmichael, thy seventh handmaiden, and give her pure and perfect sight.
And so
we pray. Well, we've got a lot to get through. I'm going to cure your eye.
My lords, members of the jury, foul treasons have been unearthed, though no torture was used to find them out, and there has been no rigorous usage of the prisoners. Two foul conspiracies have come to light and have become known since their discovery as the main plot and the buy. Many men, all with cause to be grateful to their country, have confessed that they conspired together to kill the king at Southampton and all his issue. These evil men received from Spain vast sums of gold, which they spent freely to further their awful ends. They plotted to join us in an unholy alliance with our most proclaimed and hated enemy, Spain.
I pray you, gentlemen, to remember that my name was never on that list. This was the treason of the priests, and I am not charged with that.
No, you are not. Yet all these treasons are like Samson's foxes. Though their heads were severed, they were joined together at the tails. Because our great and learned king can inspire loyalty in all but the filthiest of Englishmen, these plots have been discovered. But if he were not so great a monarch, if he were indeed a fiend from hell, he is still our king by divine right, and every Englishman owes him allegiance. Religion lies at the foot of this conspiracy. The ambition and greed of Rome has led these unfortunate priests and nobles into their sins. But these plotters must still pay the full penalty for their infamy. They must be punished with the full rigor of the law. For only by example can we ensure the safety of our king, his issue, and our country.
Mr. Attorney, I pray you, to whom and to what end you speak all this? What has the treason of Markham and these priests to do with me?
To whom did you bear malice, Sir Walter? To the royal children?
My lord, that arrow is too wide of the mark.
Then I will come closer. I will prove that you are the most notorious, odious traitor that ever came before the bar.
Your words cannot condemn me. Prove against me any one thing, and I will confess the whole indictment.
I will prove it all. You are a monster. You have an English face, but a Spanish heart.
My innocence is my whole defense.
England, aye, and Scotland too. You incited Cobham. He has confessed as much. He planned to cross the seas and obtain money from the King of Spain.
Cobham has confessed his guilt. He cannot confess mine.
Did the King of Spain offer you 600,000 crowns?
An offer long rejected for me to help forward his peace with Elizabeth.
Forward the peace? Is it likely?
And would the Spanish king deal with Lord Cobham, who is neither statesman nor swordsman? No. No, he needed a rally to further his plans.
What plans? I pray you come to the point.
I tell you that I will prove you the most confident traitor that ever lived, the most vile and execrable traitor that ever was.
My Lord Justice, can we return to the point? I say again that I am not here to answer for the treason of the priest.
And I say again that I will prove you to be the most notorious of traitors.
You speak indiscreetly, barbarously, and uncivilly.
I want for words to express your viperous treasons.
I think that you want for words indeed, for you've spoke the same thing half a dozen times.
You are an odious fellow, and hated throughout England for your pride.
If pride were the issue here, this trial might prove to be a measuring match between you and me.
Mr. Attorney General, you are matched in wit, if not in pride. I suggest that you bring on your proofs.
Very well, my lord. Members of the jury, even in his prison cell, awaiting this trial, that foul Lucifer induced the son of his jailer to conspire with him in an attempt to make Lord Cobham recant his freely given and sanctified confession.
Was it evil to beg of Cobham the truth?
You have no right to beg the truth, nor expect the truth. You led Cobham into treachery. You sent him to Spain to raise money to stir up rebellion in Scotland.
Has Cobham said that?
He has confessed his treason.
His treason is not mine. If Cobham be a traitor, what is that to me?
All that he did was at your instigation. You are the rankest traitor in all England.
No, Mr. Attorney, I am not a traitor. You may call me a traitor at your pleasure, but it ill becomes a man of quality and virtue to do so. Yet I take comfort from your talk, for I have yet to hear you charge me with any act of treason.
Sir Walter, Sir Edward speaks out of zeal for his service to the king, and you speak for your life. Be patient on both sides.
Thank you, my lord. And now, I would like the jury to hear read the confession of Lord Cobham.
The confession is mere hearsay and is spoken in court by Lord Cobham.
Lord Cobham cannot be with us today, Sir Walter, so we must make do as best we can. Read the document, Sergeant Heal.
This verbatim report was taken from Lord Cobham on the 20th day of July in this year of grace, 1603. I confess that I tried to procure 600,000 crowns from Spain, and that I agreed to speak with Sir Walter Raleigh about the distribution of this money among those people in England most known to be discontented. I entered into this course at the instigation of my friend Walter Raleigh, and against my own will. Raleigh would never leave me alone till I agreed.
Raleigh would never leave me alone.
Gentlemen, this is absolutely all the evidence that can be brought against me. Poor shifts these. That document must condemn me or give me back my life, free me, or send my wife and child to beg upon the streets, for that document is all they have.
Cobham swears that for months you have been his confederate.
Let it be proved.
It were better that you fall down to your knees and confess your treasons.
My lord, I claim to have my accuser brought to meet me face to face.
Sir Walter accuses us that we have no witness against him, but we have no need of even one. For if a man accuses another, and in that accusation condemns himself, then that accusation is more forcible than many witnesses. Our law presumes that a man will not accuse himself in order to accuse another.
Whose law? Remember, I beseech you, the statute laid down by King Edward VI, which says that no man can be accused of treason unless he be accused by two lawful accusers. And in the 6th statute, that those persons must be brought before the party accused and in public if they are living. Lord Cobham is alive, here in Winchester, and in this very building. I demand that he accuse me to my face.
These statutes were found to be inconvenient and have been repealed. You are tried now by the common law, and one witness is sufficient to condemn you.
I want but one witness, Lord Cobham. If he will accuse me to my face, I will confess the whole indictment.
I marvel, Sir Walter, that a man of your wit and experience should so labour at this point. Many horse stealers would go uncharged if they could not be condemned without witnesses.
My lord, I am charged with treason. And even under common law, the trial of treason is by jury and witnesses.
No, 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 Sir Walter. Trial by common law is by examination. If 3 conspire to treason and 3 confess it, they may all be condemned. Yet there is no witness.
I know not, my lord, how you conceive the law.
We do not conceive the law. We know the law.
Well, let it be.
And now we come to the words, destroy the king and all his cubs.
You tell me Lord Cobham has accused me. All this talk means nothing. Let him be brought.
You speak out of turn.
Let me speak for my life. It can do no harm to have Cobham brought. He dare not excuse me.
To acquit his old friend, he may speak other than the truth.
Surely he will, if brought, revenge himself upon me, for I know him to be the most revengeful man alive.
He is your partner in crime and may not come. The law will not allow it.
My Lord Justice, a confession dictated under we know not what circumstances can condemn me. Is that the law?
That is my ruling.
Without a witness, a document is evidence against me?
I have said so.
Then, without witness, this letter must be read for me.
Huh? What letter?
By a trick, and using poor George Harvey, I wrote to Lord Cobham. This is his reply.
He confesses that the letter was obtained by a trick.
But freely written.
If the letter is in Lord Cobham's hand, it should be read.
By Lord Justice, he may acquit himself. Mar not a good cause.
Sir Edward, you are more peremptory than honest. Now I will show you what to do. Sir Walter, give me the letter. It is Cobham's hand. With the court's permission, I will read it.
Proceed.
Now that our trials draw near, and not knowing who will be first, to clear my conscience and free myself from the cry of your blood, I swear, upon my soul, that I never had confidence in any treason with you, Sir Walter. I have accused you in my anger, provoked by a trick, when I know that you are as innocent of treason as any man living. Before God, I am now innocent of your blood, and God will deal with me as I deserve and have mercy on my soul.
Why has Lord Cobham forsworn himself on his soul, if that letter is not the truth?
Now have done. The crown must speak the last. Now, Sir Walter, I will lay you open for the filthiest traitor that ever was. Now I will bring you down.
What, lower?
Now I will show the world that there never lived a viler viper on the earth than you. I will show that you have become wholly Spanish, that you are a pensioner of Spain. Here is a letter, dated this very day with the ink scarce dry. I will read you what Lord Cobham has written. Sir Walter, by a trick, has caused me to withdraw my former truths. Now I am resolved to retract all that he by cunning got from me. The King of Spain agreed to pay Raleigh a pension of 1,500 crowns in return for his services as a spy. Raleigh has already done Spain great service, and in his last letter to me, he urged me to confess nothing and so avoid following Essex to the scaffold. Lord Cobham writ this not 10 hours ago and signs it, I swear upon my soul before God and my confessor that what I write here is the whole truth. May God have mercy upon me.
How many souls has this man Cobham got?
Sir Walter, I fear that you are not so clear a man as you have protested. What say you to this pension?
It was offered, but never accepted. My poor estate is proof of that.
You should still have revealed the offer to the king. Upon my soul, I am persuaded that Lord Cobham has at last accused you truly.
The crown rests.
Then I will speak in my defense.
No, you have answered the charges. The crown must speak the last.
I must speak the last word for my life.
I must speak the last word for the king.
Be patient, Master Attorney. Give him leave to speak.
Lord Cecil, I am the king's sworn instrument, and I must speak the last.
You shall not.
Very well. Let him acquit himself.
Speak, Walter.
At my first examination, I was asked what I knew of Lord Cobham's journeyings to Spain. I answered, nothing. It is true that I suspected Lord Cobham of keeping intelligence with Spain, as he did through the spy Lorenzi in the old Queen's day. I was urged by Lord Cecil to say nothing until a time more favourable came to expose the matter. For this reason, and for friendship, I kept my counsel. But it would be strange for me to send Cobham to Spain to persuade the king there to disburse so much money, Cobham being a violent man of few friends and already suspected. I was not so bare of sense, but to see that if ever our island state was strong, it were now. We have the kingdom of Scotland united under a royal steward. Ireland is quiet, Denmark an ally which was once our foe, and instead of a lady whom time had surprised, we have an active king, her lawful successor. For me, at this time, to make myself a Robin Hood, a Wat Tyler, a Ket, or a Jack Cade, I was not so mad. The state of Spain is also known to me. I know that 6 times we have repulsed his forces, thrice in Ireland and thrice at sea. 3 times I have served against Spain at sea and am his hated enemy. I have expended of my own money 200,000 crown in buying ships and armour. And to show I am not Spanish, as this court would term me, I am at this moment writing a treatise for the king on the present state of Spain, giving reasons against that peace. For my friendship for Lord Cobham, this was only in matters of private estate, about which he communicated and I gave my advice. As for knowing that he conspired with Spain and against the king, I confess before God that I am as clear of this as any man here present.
Sir Walter, you say that Spain is poor. It were better for you not to be so well acquainted with the affairs of Spain.
A poor rejoinder to a good speech, that. Give the traitor his due, Robbie. He's a pretty turn of phrase. I wished.
The jury will consider their verdict. It comes to my mind, Sir Walter, why you may not meet your accuser face to face. Lord Cobham has shown himself to be a man easily swayed from the truth and liable to retract his former opinions. So confusing a witness might have marred the attorney's case against you.
These lawyers will acquit the villain yet, Robbie. Lord Cecil was hot to help him, did you not think? Oh, not that he can mind. The jury have their instructions and they'll not dare go against them. Hey, have you thought of a grand title to go with your grand new estate, Robbie? Hey, there's a few free at the moment, you know, Somerset, Salisbury and Rochester, to name but 3. Never mind. They're ready with a verdict.
Have you reached your verdict?
We have, my lord.
Do you find the prisoner guilty?
We do, my lord.
Oh, say!
And may God have mercy upon us.
What's that? The fellow's insolent. Did you hear that, Robbie?
Sir Walter Raleigh, you have been found guilty of high treason.
My lord, I understand that the jury must do as they have been directed, and I forgive them. I desire that the king should know of the wrongs done me since I came to this place.
You have had no wrong.
Then I submit myself to the king's mercy, knowing that mercy to be greater than my offence. I recommend my wife and my son of tender years to his compassion. For myself, I say no more.
At last, the fox is silent. Now the sentence. Listen to it, Robbie. It'll make you think on.
Sir Walter Raleigh, you stand condemned of heathenish practices and blasphemous opinions. My moral must be plain. Now for my judgment. You shall be taken from hence to the place from whence you came, there to remain until the hour of your execution. You shall be drawn through the streets on a hurdle to the place of execution and there hanged. Your body will be cut down alive and opened, your heart and bowels cut out, and your privy members cut off and thrown into the fire before your eyes. Then your head will be struck off, and your body divided into 4 parts to be disposed of at the king's direction. And may God have mercy on your soul.
You shall receive, my dear Bess, my last words in this letter. My love I send you that you may keep it after I am gone. My advice for you to remember after I am no more in this world to tender it. Since it is the will of God that I shall never see you again, bear my destruction lightly and with a strong heart. By your own efforts you must seek to help your miserable fortunes and those of poor Wat. Your mourning can avail me nothing that am but dust. My greatest sorrow is that being surprised by death, I can leave no better estate. But if you can live free from want, want no more. All else is vanity. Teach our son to love God, and God will be a father to him and a husband to you. As for me, I am no longer yours, nor you mine, for death has divided me from you and from the world. I cannot write more, for I have stolen this time when all others are asleep. It is time to separate my thoughts from my body. Time and death call me away. My true wife, farewell. Bless my poor boy for me. Written with the dying hand of your sometime husband, now alas overthrown. Yours that was, but now not even my own, W. Raleigh. Here, Wat, keep this letter in memory of your father's folly.
My father was a great man. Oh, get behind me, Mother. I have father's sword. If it's Carr's men again, I'll kill them all.
No, Wat.
Mrs. Raleigh, Master Wat, the king.
Close the door. Quickly, Wat, the door.
God save you both. Am I the first with the news? Of Walter's death? He lives. What? The execution has been postponed indefinitely, and he is to lodge in the Tower at the King's pleasure. He bids you join him there and bring comfort.
James pardoned him, but how?
Cecil advised him. They took him to the scaffold, and when he would not confess to treason, they reprieved him there. The crowd went wild with joy. The king has done himself more good with this reprieve than with 100 executions.
Your news saves my life as surely as the pardon saved my husband's.
He begs for warm clothes and pens and ink.
I'm back at once.
Is father really safe?
As he ever was, Master Wat. But the price was Sherborne. Your father has made it over to the king, who will no doubt present it to Robbie Carr. When you leave here tonight, it will be forever.
The price is trifling if it makes my father safe. We will lodge with him in the Tower. How will he occupy himself in prison?
With writing, a history of the world and England's place in it.
Then he will need us by him. You to recall the facts, and I to make sure he takes his rightful place. He is too modest a man.
I enjoyed reading your history.
The king was not impressed.
And you were 12 years in the Tower.
12 years, well, not unhappy years. The Spaniards grumbled and threatened at my being alive, but every year that passed, it became more impossible for the king to satisfy them.
But why? You were condemned.
My history was popular, and it was ludicrous that Spain demanded my head when I stood condemned as their agent. The people soon heard of my trial, or lack of one. And when I walked on the Tower ramparts for my daily exercise, there was each day a crowd to cheer me. I had Bess, young Wat, and finally the Prince of Wales.
Henry became your true friend. Wat told me of it.
With Henry supporting me, James was even more afraid. Afraid that the prince would lead an army and depose his father. He could have, too. He's a fine prince, and more popular than his father ever could be.
And my father?
I thought he too was working towards my ultimate release.
Thought?
Yes. But now, these papers from St. Thome, in your father's hand, Will. He betrayed us, no doubt, hoping that I would be the one not to return.
But he let me come with you. It could be I, not Wat, buried in St. Thome.
He couldn't refuse without arousing suspicion. Prince Henry was forbidden, but you... It would have been unnatural for you to have stayed at home.
What will you do?
Send these documents straight to Prince Henry. He will know how to use them.
You can trust him? After 3 years away?
With my life.
And home, carrying 6/4 hour.
England will... Tomorrow you'll stand on English soil again.
Steady, lads. Starboard gang, your oars.
Make fast! Well, here we are, home at last, Will.
Here, take my arm, sir.
And I've got a reception, I see. It's my cousin, Stukely.
Sir Walter Raleigh, I arrest you in the King's name.
I expected this. I thank you, cousin. A fine welcome.
Walter, they sent me as your friend. Come to your quarters. There's news.
Will, see to my baggage, and then join us.
Aye, aye, sir.
I'm ready, cousin.
Thank you, Sir Walter. Guard, forward.
They don't want you in London, Walter. They want you to escape to France. That's why they sent me.
Then why am I arrested?
The king has no choice. Spain is demanding your head. The alliance is already broken. James must mend it, and this time he will not let you linger. If you go back to London with me, execution is certain.
On what grounds?
The Spaniards claim that your expedition was an act of war. James pleads that you had orders to provoke no violence, that you acted against his commands, and promises that you will be punished.
There were more English sailors murdered before the Destiny even reached Guyana, and there were Spaniards killed on the whole expedition.
James says that his orders were for you to kill no Spaniards. None, Walter.
My men were murdered on the islands. I took no revenge. St. Thome was sacked and burned against my instructions after a treacherous assault on my land forces. My own son was slain. If it's not lawful for an Englishman to repel force with force, then, oh, miserable England.
The Spaniards claim that the whole expedition was a history of unprovoked attacks upon innocent and unarmed colonists.
If other pirates can sail to Honduras, burn towns, and kill Spaniards, and suffer no reproaches, then, oh, miserable Sir Walter Raleigh.
The king will not listen.
Keames led the expedition inland. I was sick aboard the Destiny.
Keames is dead.
He killed himself in the face of my anger.
The king will claim you murdered him to conceal the truth.
Cousin, I was betrayed before the Destiny left Plymouth, and have the proof. When these papers reach Prince Henry, there'll be no question, but I'm the victim of treachery, not the traitor.
Prince Henry died 8 months ago.
What?
Some say the plague, some that he was poisoned. He cannot help you now. I have a boat and a trusted crew. Go to France. Bess will join you there. No one will try to hinder you.
The prince is dead.
Yes. You have no friends left.
But I have my proof. These letters, written by Cecil to betray me. The king's commissioned representative. At my new trial, they must acquit me.
If they bring you to trial on a charge of treason against Spain, there will be revolution in the land.
Well, without a trial, I'm safe anyway. So keep your boat, cousin. I will go to London.
Robert, you came.
Yes, Walter. Are you well?
For an old man.
You asked for me. I'm here.
Robert, I know that you betrayed me.
Will has told me.
Then you know of the proofs. If I'm tried, Robert, I must destroy you.
Will told me that also. You were a fool to come back, Walter. You could have turned pirate, gone to France. They had money for you there.
I'm old and sick, Robert. I want to die in England.
You will have your wish.
But in my bed, Robert, and free.
The king will not allow it. He would never dare. To set you free would mean war with Spain. Had you brought back gold, well and good. But tobacco...
Very well, Robert. Bring me to trial. This time I'm well prepared.
Walter, you will have no trial.
What? Has James screwed his Presbyterian conscience to the point of murder? No, I don't believe it.
Walter, I am here to tell you the decision of the Privy Council. Some 15 years ago, you were convicted in an English court by an English jury of high treason. Because you had been a great statesman and soldier, a star at whom the world had gazed, the king, in his wisdom and mercy, postponed the sentence passed upon you so many years ago. But even stars must fall when they trouble the heavens. Now it is His Majesty's pleasure to call for an order of execution under that former judgment.
But, Robert, since that judgment I've been granted a royal commission with power over the lives and deaths of others. Well, I must have discharged the former judgment.
There was no mention of a pardon in that commission.
Is this the law?
Yes.
To be called to execution in cold blood without even a hearing.
You think it hard, but not so. New offences have stirred His Majesty to revive that order of execution formerly cast upon you. I know that you are wise and valiant. Keep those virtues. Execution is set for early tomorrow morning.
Hello, hello. They're pelting the builders with rocks.
Oh, what builders, Barber?
Oh, they're making enough row, sir. Haven't you noticed? Yeah, very considerate of them to put it where you can keep an eye on it.
You seem happy, Barber.
Happy as most days, sir.
But insensitive.
What's the good of being sensitive, sir? Plenty of time for weeping tomorrow. And plenty to weep about, I dare say. But until then, time is all yours, sir. It's all you have. And it's up to me to help it pass easy for you.
I think perhaps I have the easier time ahead.
Yeah, after tomorrow I agree with you. But tomorrow will be a hard day. And there's an order that's always good for tired soldiers. You must have heard it, sir. Swagger, gentlemen, swagger.
Thank you, Barber. I'd forgotten. Well, Robert?
I've brought a priest.
You have more need of him than I. Good day to you, Father.
Good day, my son.
Walter, I have prevailed upon the king to be content with your head. Your wife may have your body for disposal.
You see, sir, the king is merciful.
Will you be there in the morning, Robert? It should be a good crowd.
I will rise early to be sure of a place.
Ah, you must. I can rest easy, for my place is certain.
Goodbye, Walter.
Barber, I have an errand for you. I want my finest clothes, not gaudy, but rich. My tawny satin doublet, black taffeta breeches, and my long gown of black velvet, and a skull cap to wear under my hat for fear I take a chill. If I begin to shiver, it must not be thought that I shake with fright.
Your enemies will take exception if you carry off your death with too great a show of bravery.
These preparations are my last touch of mirth in this world, priest. When the time comes for parting, I will be grave enough. Finished, Barber?
Almost, sir. Though it seems to be a fool's game to take such pains with the hair when the head will soon be off.
This frivolity lacks respect for both your king and your God.
Sir Priest, death is but an opinion and an imagining. I have never feared it. And I promise you I would rather die on the scaffold than of a raging fever.
Confess your guilt and die with the king's blessing.
Why speak of the king when I'm about to go before the King of Kings?
You take a great deal for granted.
What? Have I no hope of salvation?
Beware that this levity does not spring from vain glory and pride. Your last hours should be spent in prayer, not personal adornment.
If my soul is damned, a handful of prayers at this stage of the game will not save it. I'll give these last few hours to my friends on earth, and eternity to my friends in heaven. Oh, leave me, priest.
Shall I return with the sacrament?
At daybreak, it'll serve for my breakfast.
Blasphemy.
I'm afraid you shocked him, sir.
Ah, it was a kindness. He can pray for my soul all night, and in the morning when I repent, he'll think himself no end of a fellow.
There you are, sir. Pretty as a picture. Here, now, if you'll excuse, I'll fetch your clothes and then keep an eye on the builders. Can't trust workmen these days, you know.
Thank you, Barber.
And if I may, sir, I'd like a place on the scaffold.
Why?
From there I can pick out your enemies. Most of them will find themselves in your place sooner or later, and I'll enjoy making them look ridiculous behind their back, so to speak.
You shall be at my side, Barber.
Thank you, sir. Well, he's done.
I see.
What do you want?
I beg pardon, sir, but my orders are that you're not to be left alone.
Thank you for seeking to protect me from a self-inflicted damnation. But you've no cause to worry. Why should I trouble to send myself to hell when at the state's expense I shall be transported into heaven in the morning?
Move along there. Places on the scaffold of a friend of the traitor. Move along. Hey, where do you think you're going?
I'm the last friend he ever made. His barber.
Then you'll soon be out of a job.
Exactly. And my reward for being deprived is a place at his side. So let me pass.
It's a good crowd, Will.
Hostile, Father?
Well, they're a savage-looking lot. And sullen. I suppose patience doesn't breed life.
Patience, Father?
They're waiting for a word. And a leader.
For what?
Revolution? None of the English like the Scotsman. And now the Scotsman kills the greatest living Englishman. Raleigh is the first man ever to be condemned for being a friend of Spain and then executed for being her enemy. Crowns have followed lesser heads than Raleigh's into the pit.
But not in England, Father.
There's always a first time. I hope I'll not live to see it. But you may. And today, if Raleigh wants to live, he has but to raise his arms.
And will he?
Good morning, Sir Edward.
I said, will he?
Can England afford a revolution?
Certainly not.
That's your answer. Raleigh lived for England. He will die for England.
All the same, he must not be allowed to speak.
If you try to stop him, the crowd will tear you apart.
They're an ugly lot.
Look, Father. Here he comes.
A good crowd, eh, priest? And happy to see me.
Or happy to see you die.
I see they've called out the garrison.
There's talk of revolution. The king is afraid.
Well, he has no need to be. The English love a good execution. They won't deprive themselves of this one merely for love of me.
God bless you, Sir Walter.
And you, old man. What brings you to risk your years on so cold a morning?
I served on your jury at Winchester, sir. I've come to ask forgiveness and to pray for you.
Ah, you have no need of forgiveness. But I thank you for your prayers. Here, take my hat to warm your pate.
Oh, no, Sir Walter.
You have more need of it than I.
I've brought a beaker of mulled wine to warm you on your way, Sir Walter.
A happy thought. I thank you.
Is it a good drink?
It would be better if a man might tarry over it. my good friends who have come to see me die, I beg you to bear with me. First, I thank God that he has brought me into the light to die, and that my fever has not made me shake. To call God as a witness to a falsehood at this time would be a grievous fault and rob me of all hope of salvation. I therefore call God to witness that I did never entertain any conspiracy against my king, nor plot against him, nor have intelligence of any plot. It is not for me a subject of death to fear or flatter or speak false in hope of earthly favors. I never in all my life thought evil against the king, and urge you all to use me as an example. Now, pray with me that God, whom I have offended, will forgive me.
Amen.
So, I take my leave at peace with God. I regret I must leave this company, but I have a long journey to make. But no, do not weep for me. All life is but a wandering to find a home. I'm ready, executioner. Let me feel if your axe is sharp enough.
Here you are, sir.
Oh, this is sharp medicine that will cure all my diseases. With all my heart, I forgive you for what you have to do.
Thank you, sir.
When I stretch out my hands, dispatch me.
No blindfold, sir.
Do you think I fear the shadow of the axe more than the axe itself?
You should kneel to face the east, Sir Walter, in honor of our Lord's arising.
If the heart is right, Father, it doesn't matter which way the head lies. Ready, executioner. Now! Strike, man! What are you afraid of? Strike!
This was the head of a traitor. We have not such another to cut off.
Cheer up, friend. He was a bigger villain than most of us, lived longer and saw more than we're ever likely to. You stick to your trade of the axe and I'll stick to my barbering. And between us, we'll doctor bigger brains than his.
Even such is time that takes in trust our youth, our joys, are all we have, and pays us but with earth and dust. Who in the dark and silent grave, when we have wandered all our ways, shuts up the story of our days. But from this earth, this grave, this dust, my God shall raise me up, I trust.
The Murder of Walter Raleigh was written by Ian Cullen and produced and directed by Christopher Venning. You had Bernard Archett as Sir Walter, Kathleen Michael as his wife, Robert Trotter as James I, and John Rowe as Sir Robert Cecil. Sir Edward Cook was played by Vernon Joyner, Captain Keames by Basil Moss, George Harvey by David Horowitz, Henry, Prince of Wales by Michael Cochrane, Will Cecil by Christopher Good, Wat Raleigh by Nigel Bradshaw, Wat as a Young Boy by Jean Rogers, and Chief Justice Popham by Carlton Hobbs. Other parts were played by Drew Wood, Kevin Brennan, Christopher Masters, Esmond Ridout, and members of the cast.
Journey's End, by R.C. Sheriff. A dugout near St. Quentin during the First World War.
Tick-tock, wind up the clock, and we'll start the day over again. Pom, pom. Hello, Osborne.
Hello, honey.
Your fellow's taking over this sector.
Yes, they're just coming in.
Splendid. Have a drink.
Thanks.
Oh, don't have too much water. It's rather strong today.
I wonder what it is they put in the water.
Some sort of disinfectant, I suppose.
I'd rather have the microbes. Oh, Joe.
Cheerio.
Well, Stanhope asked me to come and take over. He's looking after the men coming in.
Ah, splendid. You know, I'm awfully glad you've come.
Well, I heard this was a quiet bit of line.
Well, yes, in a way. They simply blew us to bits yesterday. Minis, enormous ones. 3 bang in the trench.
Do much damage?
Awful. The dugout got blown up and came down in the men's tea. They were frightfully annoyed. You know the big German attack's expected any day now.
It's been expected for the last month.
You here for 6 days?
Yes.
Then I should think you'll get it right in the neck.
Well, you won't be far away. Come on. Let's do this handing over. Where's the map?
Oh, yeah, well, here we are. Well, we hold about 200 yards of front line. We've got a Lewis gun just here and one here in this little sap. Sentry posts where the crosses are.
Yes. Where do the men sleep?
I don't know. The Sergeant Major sees to that. The servants and signallers sleep in there. 2 officers in here and 3 in the far dugout. That is, if you've got 5 officers.
Only 4 at present, but a new man's coming up tonight.
Well, I hope you get better luck than I did with my last officer. He got lumbago the first night and went home. Now he's lecturing young officers on life in the front line.
5 beds, you say. Is this the best one?
Oh, no. That's mine. The ones in the other dugout haven't got any bottoms. You keep yourself in by hanging your arms and legs over the sides. Oh, mustn't hang your legs too low or the rats gnaw your boots.
Oh, you got many rats here?
Oh, I should say roughly about 2 million. Then, of course, I don't see them all. Well, there's nothing else you want to know, is there?
Well, you haven't told me anything yet. What about trench stores?
Oh, you are a fussy old man. Anybody would think you were in the army. Here's the list. 115 rifle grenades. Oh, I shouldn't use them if I were you. They upset Jerry and make him offensive. Besides, they're rusty. Then there's 500 Mills bombs, 34 gumboots.
Oh, that's 17 pairs.
Oh, no. 25 right leg and 9 left leg. But everything's down here.
Did you check it when you took over?
No, I think the Sergeant Major did. Oh, it's quite all right.
Well, I expect Stanhope would like to see you before you go. He always likes a word with the company commander he's relieving.
How is the dear young boy? Drinking like a fish as usual?
Oh, no, hardly.
Oh, it must be pretty rotten for you, being his second in command, and you such a quiet, sober old thing.
He's a long way the best company commander we've got.
Oh, he's a good chap, I know, but I never did see a youngster put away the whiskey he does. The last time we were resting at Verlaine, he came to supper and drank a whole bottle in 1 hour, 14 minutes. We timed him.
I suppose everybody cheered him on and said what a splendid achievement it was. When a boy like Stanhope gets a reputation out here for drinking, he turns into a kind of freak show.
Well, it's pretty dull without something to liven people up. He didn't go home on his last leave, did he?
No.
I suppose he didn't think he was fit to meet Papa, vicar of a country village.
Yes, I know.
Imagine Stanhope spending his leave in a vicarage sipping tea. He went to Paris, didn't he?
Yes.
I bet it was some leave.
Oh, look, do you know how long he's been out here? Nearly 3 years. He came out straight from school when he was 18. He's commanded this company for a year. Other men come over here and go home again ill. And young Stanhope goes on sticking it month in, month out.
Oh, I know. He's a jolly good fellow.
I've seen him on his back all day with trench fever. Then on duty all night.
Oh, I know. He's a splendid chap.
And because he's stuck it till his nerves have got battered to bits, he's called a drunkard.
Not a drunkard, just a hard drinker. But you're right about his nerves. They are all to blazes. Last time out resting, we were playing bridge and... Oh, I don't remember what it was. Some silly little argument, and all of a sudden he jumped up and knocked all the glasses off the table. Lost control of himself. And then he sort of came to and cried.
Yes, I know.
You heard about it?
He told me.
Did he? We tried to hush it up. It just shows the state he's in. You know, Osborne, you ought to be commanding this company.
Oh, rubbish.
No, of course you ought.
Finish handing over and stop blithering.
There's nothing else to do.
What about the logbook?
Ah, you are a worker. Here we are. Written right up to date. 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., all quiet. German airman flew over trenches, shot a rat.
Did he?
No, I shot the rat, you ass. Yeah, well, finish up your whiskey. I want to pack my bag. I'll leave you that drop in the bottle.
Thanks.
I'll be off.
Oh, aren't you going to wait and see Stanhope?
Well, he's so fussy about the trenches. I expect they are dirty, but he'll talk for hours if he catches me. Yeah, well, I hope you have a nice 6 days. And don't forget to change your clothes if you get wet.
No, Papa.
And don't forget about the big attack.
Oh, no, I mustn't miss that. I'll make a note in my diary.
Well, I must be off. Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Excuse me, sir, can I lace that up?
Oh, yes, do, Mason.
Thank you, sir.
What are you going to tempt us with tonight?
Soup, sir, cutlets and pineapple.
Cutlets?
Well, sir... Well, yes, sir, cutlets.
What sort of cutlets?
Oh, I shouldn't like to commit myself too deep, sir.
Ordinary ration meat?
Oh, yes, sir, but a new shape, sir. Smells like liver, but it hasn't got that smooth, wet look that liver's got. Excuse me, sir.
This is C Company headquarters, sir.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, very good answer.
Yes, righto.
Oh, hello.
Good evening, sir.
You the new officer?
Yes, they told me to report here.
Good. We've been expecting you. Sit down, won't you?
Thanks.
I should take your pack off.
Oh, right.
Will you have a drink?
Well,
You don't drink whiskey?
Oh, yes. Just a small one, sir.
Whiskey takes away the taste of the water.
Oh, yes.
And the water takes away the taste of the whiskey. There. Just out from England?
Yes. I landed a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's luck, sir.
Good luck. Cigarette.
Oh, thanks.
Ever been up in the line before?
Oh, no, I only left school last summer term.
I expect you find it a bit strange.
Yes, I do, a bit.
Oh, my name's Osborne. I'm second in command of the company. And you only call me Sir in front of the men.
I see. Thanks.
The other officers call me Uncle. What's your name?
Raleigh.
Well, we've only just moved into these trenches, Raleigh. Captain Stanhope commands the company.
I know. It's a frightful bit of luck.
Why? Do you know him?
We were at school together.
Were you?
At least, of course, I was only a kid, and he was one of the big fellows. He's 3 years older than I am.
He's a splendid chap.
Isn't he? He was skipper of rugger at Barford and kept wicket for the 11. It's a jolly good bat, too.
Did you play rugger and cricket?
Oh, yes. Of course, I wasn't in the same class as Dennis. I suppose I ought to call him Captain Stanhope.
No, just Stanhope.
I see. Well, thanks.
I wonder if Stanhope will remember you. I expect you've grown in the last 3 years.
Oh, I think he'll remember me. You see, our fathers were friends, and Dennis used to come and stay with us in the holidays.
Ah.
Of course, at school I didn't see much of him, but in the holidays...
Well, he's a fine company commander.
Last time he was on leave, he came down to the school. He just got his MC and been made a captain. He looked splendid. It sort of made me feel...
Keen?
Yes, keen to get out here. I was frightfully keen to get into Dennis's regiment. I thought perhaps with a bit of luck I might get to the same battalion.
It's a big fluke to have got to the same company.
It's an amazing bit of luck. You know, when I was at the base, I did an awful thing. You see, my uncle's at the base. He has to detail officers to regiments.
Oh, General Raleigh?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I went to see him on the quiet and asked him if he could get me into this battalion. He bit my head off, said I'd got to be treated like everybody else.
Yes?
And next day, I was told I was coming to this battalion. It's funny, wasn't it?
Yes, extraordinary coincidence.
And when I got to battalion headquarters and the colonel told me to report to C Company, I could have cheered. I expect Dennis would be frightfully surprised. I've got a message for him.
From the Colonel?
No, from my sister.
Your sister?
You see, Dennis used to stay with us, and naturally my sister... Well, perhaps I ought not...
Oh, no, that's all right. I didn't actually know.
They're not officially engaged.
No?
She'll be awfully glad. I can write and tell her all about him. He doesn't say much in his letters. Can we write often?
Oh, yes. Letters are collected every day.
You don't think Dennis will mind my sort of forcing myself into his company? I never thought of that.
No, of course he won't. But, you know, Raleigh, you mustn't expect to find him quite the same.
Oh?
You see, he's been out here a long time, and it tells on a man rather badly.
Yes, I suppose it does.
You may find he's a little bit quick-tempered.
Oh, I know old Dennis's temper. I remember once he caught some chaps in a study with a bottle of whiskey. Oh, Lord, the roof nearly blew off. He gave them a dozen each with a cricket stump. They were so keen on the fellows in the house keeping fit. He was frightfully down on smoking and that sort of thing.
Yes. You must remember he's commanded this company for a long time, and it's a big strain on a man.
It must be.
Now, we've got 5 beds here. I'm afraid you will have to wait until the others come and pick the beds they want.
Righto.
Better wait and unpack when you know where you're sleeping.
Righto.
We never undress when we're in the line. You can take your boots off now and then in the daytime, but it's better to keep pretty well dressed always.
I see. Well, thanks.
I expect Stanhope will send you on duty with one of us at first, till you get used to it.
Are we in the front line here?
No, that's the support line outside. The front line's about 50 yards further on.
How frightfully quiet it is. I thought there'd be an awful row here all the time.
Most people think that. I expect it's all very strange to you, eh?
It's not exactly what I thought. It's just this quiet that seems so funny.
100 yards from here, the Germans are sitting in their dugouts, thinking how quiet it is.
Are they as near as that?
About 100 yards.
It seems uncanny. It makes me feel we're all just waiting for something.
We are, generally. When anything happens, it happens quickly. Then we just start waiting again.
I never thought it was like that.
You thought it was fighting all the time, eh?
Well, yes, in a way.
Do you expect the captain soon, sir? The soup's hot.
Oh, he ought to be here very soon now. This is Mr. Raleigh, Mason.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I've had rather an unpleasant surprise, sir.
What's happened?
You know that tin of pineapple chunks I got, sir?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry to say it's apricots.
Oh, good heavens. Must have given you a turn.
Well, I distinctly said pineapple chunks at the canteen.
Wasn't there a label on the tin?
No, sir. I pointed that out to the man. I said, was he certain it was pineapple chunks?
I suppose he said he was.
Yes, sir. He said a leopard can't change its spots, sir.
What have leopards got to do with pineapple?
Well, that's just what I thought, sir. Made me think there was something fishy about it. See, sir, I know the captain can't stand the sight of apricots.
Well, haven't you anything else?
Well, there's a pink blancmange I've made, sir, but ain't anywhere near stiff yet.
Never mind. We must have the apricots and chance it.
Only I thought I'd tell you, sir, so as the captain wouldn't blame me.
All right, Mason. Well, that sounds like the captain coming now. And Mr. Trotter.
I'll go and dish out the soup, sir.
Has Hardy gone?
Hello, Stanhope. Hello, Trotter. Yes, he cleared off a few minutes ago.
Lucky for him, I had a few words I wanted to say to Master Hardy. You never saw the blasted mess those fellows left the trenches in. Dugouts smell like cesspits, rusty bombs, damp rifle grenades. It's perfectly foul. Where are the servants?
In there.
Hi, Mason.
Come in, sir. Just bring in the soup, sir.
Damn the soup. Bring some whiskey.
Have a cigarette, Stanhope.
Oh, thank you, Trotter.
Here's the new officer, Stanhope. Just arrived.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you in this miserable light.
Hello, Stanhope.
How did you get here?
I was told to report to your company, Stanhope.
Oh, I see. Rather a coincidence?
Yes.
I say, Stanhope, it's a terrible business. We thought we'd got a tin of pineapple chunks, and it turns out to be apricots.
Give me apricots every time. I hate pineapple chunks. Too blooming sickly for me.
I'm awfully glad I got to your company, Stanhope.
When did you get here?
He came up with the transport while you were taking over.
I see.
Your whiskey, sir.
Oh, thank you, Mason. Well, come along, Uncle. Come and sit here. You better sit there, Raleigh.
Right.
You Raleigh?
Yes.
I'm Trotter. Feel a bit odd, I suppose?
Yes, a bit.
Oh, well, you'll soon get used to it. You'll feel you've been here a year in about an hour's time.
Soup, sir.
Ah, soup. What kind of soup is this, Mason?
Yellow soup, sir.
Yes, it's got a very deep yellow flavour.
Oh, it wants some pepper. Bring some pepper, Mason.
I'm very sorry, sir. When a mess box was packed, the pepper was omitted, sir.
Oh, I say, but damn it.
We must have pepper. It's a disinfectant.
Why wasn't it packed, Mason?
It was missed, sir.
Why?
Well, sir, I left it to the...
Then I advise you never to leave it to anyone again, unless you want to rejoin your platoon out there.
I'm very sorry, sir.
We'll send one of the signallers.
Yes, sir. Sir, you're wanted.
Sir.
Do you know A Company headquarters?
Yes, sir.
We'll go there at once and ask Captain Willis with my compliments if he can lend me a little pepper.
Are you, sir?
War's bad enough with pepper, but war without pepper, I ask you.
What's it like outside, Trotter?
There's a nasty noise going on up north.
His wipers, I expect. I wish we knew more what's going on.
And so do I. Still, my wife reads the papers every morning and writes and tells me. What's this, Mason?
Meat, sir.
I know that. What sort?
What sort of cutlet, sir?
There's cutlets and cutlets.
Oh, no, sir. That one's a cutlet.
Well, it won't let me cut it.
No, sir.
That's a joke.
I see, sir. Right, sir.
Cheer up, Skipper. You do look glum.
I'm tired.
Oh, I should turn in and get some sleep after supper.
I've got hours of work before I sleep.
Well, I'll do the duty roll and see the Sergeant Major and all that.
Oh, that's all right, Uncle. I'll see to it. Trotter goes on duty directly he's had supper. Raleigh, you'd better go on with him to learn.
Oh, right.
Look here, Skipper. It's nearly 8 now. Couldn't we make it 1:30?
No. I told Hibbert he'd be relieved at 8. Will you take from 11 till 2, Uncle?
Right.
Hibbert can do from 2 till 4. I'll go on from then till stand 2.
Well, boys, here we are for 6 days again. 6 blooming eternal days. That's 144 hours, 8,640 minutes. Hey, that doesn't sound so bad. We've done 20 of them already. I'm going to draw 144 little circles on a bit of paper. And every hour I'm going to black one in. That'll make the time go all right.
It's 5 to 8 now. You better go and relieve Hibbert. Then you can come back at 11 o'clock and black in 3 of your blasted little circles.
I haven't had my apricots yet.
We'll keep your apricots till you come back.
I never knew anything like a war for upsetting meals. I'm always down for duty in the middle of one.
Well, that's because you never stop eating.
Anyhow, let's have some coffee. Hi, Mason! Coffee!
Coming, sir.
Well, I'll get dressed. Come on, Raleigh.
Right.
Just wear your belt with a revolver case on it. You must have your revolver to shoot rats. And your gas mask. Come here, I'll show you.
Oh, thank you.
You wear it sort of tucked up under your chin like a serviette. Like this, see?
Coffee, sir?
Ah, thanks.
Thanks.
B Company on our right, aren't they, Skipper?
Yes, there's 50 yards of undefended area between. You better patrol that a good deal.
Aye, sir. Well, come on, lad. Let's go and see about this here war.
Will you sleep here, Stanhope? This was Hardy's bed.
No, you sleep there. I'd rather sleep by the table here. I can get up and work without disturbing you.
Well, this is a better one.
No, you take it. Must have a little comfort in your old age, Uncle.
I wish you'd turn in and sleep for a bit.
Sleep? I can't sleep. Well, Hibbert?
Everything's very quiet. Bit of sniping somewhere to our left. Some rifle grenades coming over just on our right.
I see. Oh, Mason's got your supper.
I don't think I can manage any supper tonight, Stanhope. It's this beastly neuralgia. It seems to be right inside this eye. The beastly pain gets worse every day.
Some hot soup and a good tough chop will put that right.
I'm afraid the pain rather takes my appetite away. I'm damn sorry to keep on talking about it, Stanhope, only I thought you'd wonder why I don't eat anything much.
Well, try and forget about it.
Yes. I wish I could.
Get tight.
I think I'll turn straight in for a rest and try and get some sleep.
All right, turn in. You're in that dugout there. You go on duty at 2. I take over from you at 4. I'll tell Mason to call you.
All right. Well, thanks, Stanhope. Cheero.
Cheero.
Oh, can I have a candle?
Here you are. Take one of these.
Thanks.
See that, Uncle? Another little worm trying to wriggle home.
I wonder if he really is bad. He looks rotten.
Pure funk, that's all. He's starving himself purposely out for little swine. Oh, neuralgia is a splendid idea. No proof, as far as I can see.
Oh, I think he's tried hard.
How long's he been out here? 3 months, I suppose? Now he's decided he's done his bit. He's decided to Go home and spend the rest of the war in comfortable nerve hospitals. Well, he's mistaken.
I don't see how you can prevent a fellow going sick.
I'll have a quiet word with the doctor before he does. No man of mine's going sick before the attack. They're going to take an equal chance together.
Raleigh looks a nice chap.
Yes.
Good-looking youngster. At school with you, wasn't he?
Has he been talking already?
Oh, he just mentioned it. It was a natural thing to tell me when he knew you were in command. He's awfully pleased to get into your company. Seems to think a lot of you.
Yes, I'm his hero.
Well, it's quite natural.
You think so?
Small boys at school generally have their heroes.
Yes, small boys at school do.
And often it goes on as long as...
As long as the hero's a hero.
It often goes on all through life.
I wonder. How many battalions are there in France?
Why?
We'll say 50 divisions. That's 150 brigades, 450 battalions. That's 1,800 companies. There are 1,800 companies in France, Uncle. Raleigh might have been sent to any one of those, and he comes to mind.
Well, you ought to be glad. I like him.
I knew you'd like him. Personality, isn't it? Look at this picture.
Raleigh's sister, isn't it?
How did you know?
Oh, there's a strong likeness.
The photo doesn't show much, really. Just a face.
She looks awfully nice. You're a lucky chap.
I don't know why I keep it, really.
Why? Isn't she... Well, I thought...
What did you think?
Well, I thought that perhaps she was waiting for you.
Yes, she is waiting for me. And she doesn't know. She thinks I'm a wonderful chap, commanding a company. She doesn't know that if I went up those steps into the front line, without being doped with whiskey, I'd go mad with fright.
Now, look here, old man. I meant to say it for a long time, but it sounds awful impudence. You've done longer out here than any man in the battalion. It's time you went away for a rest. It's due to you.
You suggest that I go sick, like that little worm in there? Neuralgia in the eye.
No. But the colonel would have sent you down long ago, only...
Only what?
Only he can't spare you.
Oh, rot.
He told me.
He thinks I'm in such a state I want to rest, is that it?
No, he thinks it's due to you.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle. I'll stick it out now. May not be much longer now. I've had my share of luck, more than my share. There's not a man left who was here when I came. But it's rather damnable for that boy. Of all the boys in the world to have to come to me. I might have been spared that.
Well, you're looking at things in rather a black sort of
That
way.
boy is a hero worshipper. You know what that means at school. I was skipper of rugger and all that sort of thing. Doesn't sound much out here, but at school... Well, damn it, Uncle, you're a schoolmaster, you know.
I've just told you what I think of hero worship.
Raleigh's father knew mine. I was told to keep an eye on the kid. I made him keen on the right things and all that. His people asked me to stay with them one summer. I met his sister then.
Yes?
At first, I thought of her as another kid like Raleigh. It was just before I came out here for the first time that I realized what a topping girl she was. It's funny how you realize it suddenly. I just prayed to come through the war and do things and keep absolutely fit for her.
Well, you've done pretty well. An MC and a company.
Well, it was all right at first. When I went on leave after 6 months, it was jolly fine to feel I'd done a little to make her pleased. It was after I came back here, in that awful affair on Vimy Ridge. I knew I'd go mad if I didn't break the strain. I couldn't bear being fully conscious all the time. You felt that, Uncle, haven't you?
Yes, often.
Well, there were two ways of breaking the strain. One was pretending I was ill and going home. The other was this. Which would you pick, Uncle?
Well, I haven't been through as much as you.
Well, it's a slimy thing to go home if you're not really ill, isn't it?
Well, I think it is.
Well, then, cheero, and long live the men who go home with neuralgia. I didn't go home on my last leave. I couldn't bear to meet her in case she realized...
When the war's over, you'll soon be as fit as ever at your age.
Oh, I've hoped that. I'd go away for months and live in the open air and get fit. And then go back to her.
And so you can.
If Raleigh had gone to one of those other 1,800 companies.
Well, I don't see why.
Oh, for Lord's sake, don't be a damn fool. You know. You know he'll write and tell her I reek of whiskey all day.
Why should he? He's not...
Exactly. He's not a little swine who'll deceive his sister.
Well, he'll realize that men are different out here.
No, it's no good, Uncle. Do you see him sitting there at supper, staring at me and wondering? He's up in those trenches now, still wondering and beginning to understand. All these months he's wanted to be with me out here. Poor little beast.
Well, I believe Raleigh will go on liking you and looking up to you through everything. There's something very deep and rather fine about hero worship.
Oh, hero worship be damned. You know, Uncle, I'm a fool. I'm captain of this company. What's that little prig of a boy, Matt? He wants to ride home and tell Madge all about me. Well, he won't, you see, Uncle. Censorship. I censor his letters. Cross out all he says about me.
You can't read his letters.
Cross out all he says about me. Then we all go west in the big attack, and she goes on thinking I'm a fine fellow forever and ever and ever.
Oh, it's not as bad as all that. Come and lie down and go to sleep.
Go to sleep yourself. I censor his letters, you see, Uncle. Now, you watch and see he doesn't smuggle any letters away.
Righto. Now, come and lie down. You've had a hard day.
Where's Hardy? Do you say he's gone?
Yes, he's gone.
Gone, has he? You know, I had a word to say to Master Hardy. I want to tell him to keep his trenches clean.
We'll clean them up tomorrow.
Dear old Uncle. Clean trenches up with a little dustpan and brush. Make you a little apron with lace on it.
That'll be fine. Now, come along, old chap. I'll see you get called at 2 o'clock. You must be tired.
Oh, Lord, I'm tired. I ache all over. I feel sick.
Oh, well, you'll feel all right in a minute. Comfortable?
Yes, comfortable. Dear old Uncle. Tuck me up.
There we are.
Kiss me, Uncle.
Kiss you'll be blowed. You go to sleep.
Yes. I go to sleep.
Mason. Yes, sir? Will you call me at 10 minutes to 11 and Mr. Hibbert at 10 minutes to 2? I'm going to turn in for a little while.
Very good, sir. The peppers come, sir.
Oh, good.
Very sorry about the pepper, sir.
That's all right, Mason.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Seaside. Breakfast. Morning, Osmond.
Morning, Trotter.
Morning, Raleigh.
Morning, Trotter.
Oh, what a lovely smell of bacon, Mason.
Yes, I reckon there's enough smell of bacon in here to last for dinner.
Well, there's nothing like a good fat bacon rasher when you're as empty as I am.
I'm glad you like it fat, Mr. Trotter.
Well, I like a bit of lean, too.
Well, it was a bit of lean in the middle of yours, sir, but it's kind of shrunk up in the cooking.
Bad cooking, that's all. Any porridge?
Oh, yes, sir, there's porridge.
Lumpy, I suppose.
Yes, sir, quite nice and lumpy.
Well, take the lumps out of mine.
And just bring you the gravy, sir. Very good, sir.
You know, Osborne, that man's getting familiar.
Oh, he's not a bad cook.
Might be a lot worse. When I was in the ranks, we had a prize cook. Used to be a plumber before the war.
What?
Would have seen the stew he made. Thin wasn't the word. Put a bucket full of his stew in a bath and pull the plug and the whole lot would go down in a couple of gurgles.
I've took the lumps out, sir.
Good. Keep them and use them for dumplings next time you have boiled beef.
Very good, sir.
I thought you were on duty now.
I'm supposed to be. Stanhope sent me down to get my breakfast. He's looking after things till I finish.
He's got a long job, then.
Oh, no. I'm a quick eater. Hi, Mason. Bacon!
Coming, sir.
Ah, it's a wonderful morning.
Isn't it lovely? Makes you feel sort of young and hopeful.
I was up in that old trench under the brick wall just now. Hanged if a bloomin' little bird didn't start singing. Didn't half sound funny.
There's your bacon, sir. Now, if you look down straight on it from above, you can see the bit of lean quite clear, sir.
Good Lord, yes, that's it, isn't it?
Oh, no, sir. That's a bit of rust off the pan.
All right, Mason, that'll be all.
Right, sir.
Cut us a chunk of bread, Uncle.
How are things going up there?
I don't like the look of things.
You mean the quiet?
Yeah. Standing up there in the dark last night, there didn't seem a thing in the world alive. Except the rat squeaking and my stomach grumbling about that cutlet.
Yes, it's quiet even now.
Too quiet. A big attack soon, I reckon. I don't like it, Uncle. Pass the jam.
It's strawberry.
Is it? Oh, I'm glad we got rid of that raspberry jam. Pip's get behind your plate.
Did Stanhope tell you he wants 2 wiring parties out tonight?
Yes. My word, Uncle. Doesn't he look ill?
Yes, I'm afraid he's not well.
Nobody'd be well he went on like he does. You know when you come up to relieve me last night?
Yes.
Well, Raleigh and me come back here, and there was Stanhope sitting on that bed drinking a whiskey. He looked as white as a sheet. He'd drunk the bottle since dinner. I said hello, and he didn't seem to know who I was. Uncanny, wasn't it, Raleigh?
Yes.
He just said, better go to bed, Raleigh. Just as if Raleigh'd been a school kid.
Did he? Look at the sun. Be quite warm soon.
It's warm now. First time this year. Hope we have a hot summer.
Oh, so do I.
Funny about that bird. Sort of made me think about my garden of an evening. Walking round in my slippers after supper, smoking my pipe.
You keen on gardening?
Oh, I used to do a bit of an evening.
I made a rockery when I was at home on leave. I used to cycle out to the woods and get primroses and things like that and try and grow them in my garden.
I don't suppose they would.
Oh, they would if you pressed a bit of moss around them.
To make them feel at home, eh?
They'll be coming out again soon if they've got this sun at home.
I reckon they will. I remember one morning last spring. We was coming out of the salient. Just when it was getting light in the morning. It was the time when the Boche was sending over a lot of that gas that smells like pear drops, you know.
I know, phosgene.
That's it. We were scared to death of it. All of a sudden we smelt that funny, sweet smell, and a fella shouted, "Gas!" We put on our masks. And then I spotted what it was.
What was it?
Why, a blinking may tree, all out in bloom, growing beside the path. We did feel a lot of silly poops putting on gas masks because of a bloomin' may tree. Well, I better go and relieve Stanhope. He'll curse like blazes if I don't. I bet he's got a red-hot liver this morning.
I relieve you at 11.
That's right. Well, cheerio.
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 You know, Raleigh, I expect Stanhope will let you go on duty alone now.
Will he? About what time?
Well, after me, I expect. From about 2 till 4.
Good.
What do you think about it all, eh?
Oh, all right, thanks. I feel I've been here for ages.
Time passes, though.
Are we here for 6 days?
Yes. Seems a long time, doesn't it?
Does rather. I can't imagine the end of 6 days here.
Well, anyhow, we've done 12 hours already. It's fine when you're relieved and go down the line to billets and have a good hot bath and sit and read under trees.
Good Lord, I feel I haven't seen a tree for ages. Not a real tree with leaves and branches.
How did you feel in the front line?
Oh, all right. It seems so uncanny. Everybody creeping about and talking in low voices.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you've got to talk quietly when you're so near the German front line. It's only about 70 yards, isn't it?
Yes. About the breadth of a rugger field.
It's funny to think of it like that.
I always measure distances like that out here. Keeps them in proportion.
Well, did you play rugger?
Yes, but mostly reffing at school in the last few years.
You a schoolmaster, then?
Yes, I must apologise.
Oh, I don't mind schoolmasters.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, I never met one outside of school.
Oh, they do get out sometimes.
Who did you play for?
The Harlequins.
I say, really?
I played for the English team on one great occasion.
What? For England?
Oh, I was awfully lucky to get the chance. And, it's a long time ago now.
Oh, but good Lord, that must have been simply topping. Where did you play?
Wing 3.
I say, I never realised you'd played for England.
Tuppence to talk to me now.
It must be awfully thrilling, playing in front of a huge crowd, all shouting and cheering.
You don't notice it when the game begins.
Well, I used to get wind up playing at school with only a few kids looking on.
You feel it more when there are only a few.
The Germans are really quite decent, aren't they? I mean, outside the newspapers.
Yes. Yeah, I remember up at Wipers, we had a man shot when he was out on patrol. Well, we couldn't get him that night. He lay out there groaning all day. Next night, 3 of our men crawled out to get him in. When they began dragging him back, a big German officer stood up in their trenches and called out, "Carry him." And our fellows stood up and carried the man back. And the German officer fired some lights for them to see by. The next day, we blew each other's trenches to blazes.
It all seems rather silly, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, rather.
I started a letter when I came off duty last night. How do we send letters?
The quartermaster's aunt takes them down in the evenings.
I think I'll go and finish it now.
Oh, come and write it in here. It's more cheery.
It's all right, thanks. I've rigged up a sort of little table beside my bed.
Righto.
Well, a foul smell of bacon.
Oh, hello, Stanhope. Yes, we've got bacon for breakfast.
So I gather. Have you told Raleigh about rifle inspection?
Oh, no.
Raleigh?
Yes?
You inspect your platoon's rifles at 9 o'clock.
Oh, righto, Stanhope.
Would you like a nice bit of bacon, sir?
No, thanks. I'll have a cup of tea.
Right, sir.
The colonel says the German prisoner gave the day of attack as the 21st.
The day after tomorrow.
The second dawn from now.
Then it'll come while we're here.
Yes. It'll come while we're here.
Oh, well.
Here's your tea, sir. Would you like this nice plate of sardines, sir?
I should loathe it.
Very good, sir.
Did the colonel have much to say?
Only that we can't expect any help from behind. We are not to move from here.
I see.
We'll wire ourselves in as strongly as possible.
Well, I'm glad it's coming at last. I'm sick of waiting.
Look, what's this extraordinary thing?
Trotter's plan to make the time pass by. 144 circles, 1 for each hour of 6 days.
How many hours are there till dawn on the 21st?
Oh, goodness knows. Not many, I hope.
It's nearly 9 o'clock now. 24 till 9 tomorrow. 12 till 9 at night. That's 36. 45 altogether. 5, 10, 15...
What are you going to do?
At the end of the 45th